to introduce your cat.
We are live with a cat. I'm going to have to move my tea somewhere. I don't want him to spill it. Okay, hello
We are
and
live.
welcome. We are live. I am live at my
Yep.
end. Yes.
I'm live. On my end is live.
Excellent. We are double alive, which I
Yes.
can't say for some of the characters for today's live stream.
Oh no, this could be interesting.
I also have my cat. He is in a very smoochy mood. He got attacked, I think, on Tuesday. We have a stray that is in the neighbourhood, and yeah, he's been very smoochy ever since. Sorry. Okay, so welcome, Lee. We are here to carry on talking about the new Cthulhu Awakens book. So
Yes.
Today,
Oh well, first off, we should talk about the fact you were famous last week.
I was famous, yes. I had my 15 minutes of fame that lasted
Well, like
58 minutes.
Yes.
Yes, no, I got contacted by the disembodied Troy, who is the head of the socials at Green Ronin, and he wanted me to join their Thursday Age live stream. Looks like I've got
Stage.
a
I was so
tentacle.
confused. You got a tentacle coming out of your screen. I was really confused by the name. I couldn't work out what the first bit was. I couldn't read. I was wondering what the letters are.
Yeah, well,
really...
it's also on a Friday for us.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Yeah, so it's not Thursday for us. Dash, buddy. I'm going to have to knock that cat off, as in knock him off the table. There he goes. I wouldn't hurt him. He's now smooching the tripod.
Oh, great. I'll knock it over now.
Yeah. But that's all good. He is bouncing out and he's probably going to chase a bird.
Oh, perfect.
Yes. It will indeed. So, yes, I was on the Thursday live stream podcast with Green Ronin, talking about both the Rando stream and about my history with both RPGs and the Age system, and some of the events we have held, because we have done, using Modern Age, a Cthulhu horror for Halloween in front of a live audience. We rented out a theatre and basically played...
So so you were on a stage, were you? You hired above everyone else, and everyone was sat in like rows, like you watch a show like that.
We didn't have too much. We were in the middle of a pandemic, so it was limited to about 50 seats. Was it 50 or 100? It was not a lot of people we could have.
50, I believe it was 50, because I went to a comedy show probably around about the same time, and there was a 50-man limit.
Yeah,
and they commented about that. We were lucky to get in there, I think.
Yeah. I remember Kyle, Simone, and I, with Mel, also went to one of Ben's shows at the same time, and yeah, not a lot of people. It makes it very hard for artists.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we basically rented out the cabana. It's just down the road from you. Oh, no. It's on
Shaky Road.
Yeah, Shakespeare Road. Yes, it was down the road from Kyle's old place.
That's right. Yeah.
And we had almost 30-odd people in the audience, plus all the crew that we were working there. So we hit the 50 limit. And yeah, we played a Cthulhu-esque horror game using the horror rules that they done for Modern Age, which they've revamped for the Cthulhu Awakens. So that was fun. Very fun.
Yeah, for sure. And freaked out Mikey.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a bit of a panic attack. I think everybody did. It came across with him as his character was horribly panicked, which worked out perfect because, it's a horror game. So
I'm trying to imagine what it'd be like, because we've done the stream for ages, but never really had a live audience. We've had a couple of people watching us before. And after a while, you kind of forget, so you just talk and it's okay. But
well, it was good with the likes of Ben, who is an onstage comedian. He got stuck here. He usually does the European showcases.
Is that Ben? What's his surname?
Ben. I can't remember.
Hurley, is it? It's not Hurley or something?
No, not Hurley. I honestly don't remember. Yeah. No idea. He goes under the name of the Man. So he wears bright yellow face paint. He has big black.
Okay. No, it's not like I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cullen, I think it is. Benjamin Cullen, the Man. But yeah, he was able to get on stage and he revved up the people. He had the dice, and we played with a thing, the advantage, disadvantage sort of homebrew rules I've had. So he had the dice there and he was revving the crowd up. Am I going to make it? Am I? Blah, blah, blah. And throwing the dice, and it worked out really well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So much fun, yeah. And your story was good. You enjoyed the actual story. You're going to remake. Are you redoing it now?
I'm redoing it. So the ship that we were on yesterday was actually the first part of the story. So I'm going to convert that story into the Cthulhu Awakens thing. It'll make it actually a lot easier because the creatures I used, I don't have to, make up now. They're actually there as creatures. So yeah, I will be doing that and probably releasing that as an official module if I can.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, I think there is also one other thing we actually have to do before we get started. Now, last week we had a competition to like and subscribe onto the onto the video. I had one person who is Mr. Kyle from the Xbox Cast. Yep, and we had, who were the other people?
I chucked it into our Discord chat.
You did. So
Tony, who's actually really keen to play.
Oh, she is she?
Yeah, but she knows nothing.
Okay.
Like, literally nothing. She enjoys the stories and stuff like that. She's the one who keeps picking unicorns all the time.
Nice.
Yeah, well, her kid does. That's what she says, but I reckon it's her.
Nope, that is all good. So Toni.
Yeah, Tony, Drake was in there, and Todd. And Todd's actually in chat tonight.
So Drake is actually, I believe, my brother. Maybe. No, he goes under Siegfried, possibly.
I know Drake from, I've seen his name around. I couldn't tell you who it was.
And then we have the Kyle, Kyle. Now, I know there were a few other comments, especially from the likes of Green Ronin and stuff. I don't think we can put them in.
Well, I don't think they want to win their own game, do they?
No, they don't. And Yusuf, thankfully, he was the one who got me up to the 200s because he realized he hadn't subscribed. So that's my eldest son. So he subscribed and he commented. I'm not going to put him in the competition simply because he has access to all the books and he's got access to my server with everything in it anyway. So that's that sounds... Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's no point. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have on the screen right here, can I show the players? I can show the players. I don't know if I can show you there, Lee, but if you go to the roll tables.
I'm watching your stream. Oh, I see.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
There is a winner's lot there. I'm going to close it. Would you like to right-click the roll and see who the winner is?
Can you... Whereabouts is it? Can you push it to me so I can see it?
So up on your taskbar thing at the top, you've got chat messages, combat encounters, all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
One of them is, it looks like a table, and that is called rollable tables. That's how I do all of the rando stuff.
So if I hit this.
Yep.
Ready?
There should be a little button next to it. Yes, I am. So it is Kyle.
That's funny.
So, Mr. Kyle, you have won yourself a copy of the Fantasy Age books. Not the Fantasy Age, sorry, I make a mistake. The Dragon Age books. Now, I know Kyle is a huge Dragon Age fan. He actually, when I helped him do some work, he went out and got me the Dragon Age Set 2 Collector's Edition and the big box set with, Set 3 Collector's Edition. So that's for Dragon Age 3, not the RPG. So, yes, I do know he is a big fan of at least number 1 and number 3. I don't think anyone's a fan of number 2. But
no, I don't play number 2. I played 1 and 3. I played 1 on PC years and years ago and 3 recently. Well, not recently, like last year I was playing it.
I've never completed 3. It just seems so big.
It's beast.
Yes.
That's right.
But that is all good. So, Kyle, you have something coming your way. I will contact you about that. The competition, we have it running for another 2 weeks. So this particular live stream, comment on it, and you can go into the draw. We will just change the winners. Kyle, you're not allowed to win a second time.
We've already had a new person called Trevor Kingsman is already in the chat.
Oh, nice. Hello, Kingsman. I cannot actually see Lee's chat, so I don't know what's happening with that.
I've got 2 free chats going, actually. It's really cool. Your YouTube,
wow.
my Kick, or the Xbox Cast Kick, and my Twitch.
Nice. So anybody comments on any
anyway.
3 of those streams, you will go into the draw to win next week, and that will be the Dragon Age Complete set. So that takes your characters.
So explain what that gives you.
Okay, so that gives you one very thick book. It's a couple of like 200
PDF?
something pages.
PDF.
No. Oh, yes, PDF.
Yes.
Not a physical copy, but it is a PDF of a book. It basically is broken into 2 parts, the 3 parts actually. The player's handbook, the GM's guide, and then a bestiary / campaign. So it will give you a mini campaign to play, a full bestiary with everything that you want for playing the entire Dragon Age thing. So everything from Ferelden Freeman to, I don't really remember many of the, like Chantry Knights, that sort of stuff, right through to all the different Darkspawn. It gives you all of the different backgrounds, the rules to go from level 1 right through to level 20. You can basically use this one book to play an entire campaign for as long as you want.
There's a story there as well, isn't there?
There is a story. I think it is called The Dalish Curse. So it is a fun little story, plus it has a whole heap of little story seeds, and yeah. It is very, very, very good. It was the first thing we got into and bought when we first left the THACO system. Which, yeah, it's showing my age, THACO.
Mate, I've got a book behind me.
Yep. That looks like set 3, or is it 3.5? Oh, he's got his headset. There it goes. His headset is back in.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
I got the book.
So that book, is that set 3 or 3.5?
3, I believe.
Yep, so that was when they moved off THACO and used BABs, base attack bonuses.
Oh, I'm sure this has got THACO stuff in it.
Nope, it'll be base attack bonus.
What?
Yep.
What is this?
So you'll have a look under Fighter. You'll start off with a base attack bonus of 2, I believe, and you get 1 every 2nd level. Whereas Mages start with a base attack bonus of 0, and you get 1 every 3 levels, or 4 levels.
Such a cool book.
It is. It is. I love collecting the books. So even though we don't play D&D, I still collect all the D&D books. Mainly like the settings and really cool books like, you know, the
They're just well made, aren't they? They're nice to put together as good.
They are very well put together, yeah. I do have to say Wizards do an amazing job presenting their books. Pathfinder, I have found, is just too wordy and too convoluted. And the Age ones, they are nice. I love the art in the Age. I have noticed a fair few grammatical errors through them. And this is me talking. I am terrible at grammar and spelling.
How can I tell what version it is? Whether it's 5 or 3 or...
I'm sorry, you went all weird there for me.
Oh, sorry. How do I know what version it is?
I'm pretty positive it will be 3. The best thing would be look up its picture online with the different versions. Probably the D&D wiki. If you
Actually,
have
it's got HP and AC here written down on the... There's actually a layout here for each of the characters.
Okay, do you see BAB, base attack bonus?
Base attack, yes.
Yep. So that's 3.
It's Faker. There you go.
Yeah. Right.
Very cool.
So we've done our competition. We are now looking at basically we're going to look at how magic works in the Cthulhu system. So I'm going to open up the player handouts and we'll start off with Eldritch Workings. So I'll open that and I'll show the players so you don't have to search for it there, Lee.
Sure.
So they have a system. I'm going to change my camera. Actually, I might change to full screen so the people can get a better look at it. So we have a thing here called Eldritch Praxis, which I believe it does say what praxis means. It's a theory put into practice or something like that. But what it is, you have basically a rote version, which is a written version, and an expert version. So a rote version is, say you are investigating something that, you're investigating an ancient tomb and you come across a tablet that has, Sumerian or Enochian hieroglyphs on it. You translate them, and for some weird reason, it gives you a 3D model of some sort of device. So you build the device, and you use your scientific knowledge to get this contraption running. That is the rote version of the spell. You don't actually even have to know it's come from an eldritch entity. You just make it based on what you find, based on the written thing, roll the dice, see if you can pass it, and it will happen, hopefully. And not
so it was like last week, we found the... what did we find last week? A book, wasn't it, or something?
You found a book on a spell that does,
Malarkey, wasn't it? It's changing
alchemy.
Alchemy.
Yes.
Yes.
So yes, we found
Philosopher's Stone.
That's the one. So that, if I go down to Known Praxis, you'll see all the different praxis there. That particular one, I believe... I'm trying to remember which one it was. Ontix, base alchemy in Ontix. But anyway, we'll go back to the rules. So invoking an eldritch power, anybody can do it. It even says here a drunken research assistant can rifle through their supervisor's papers, and in a fit of puke, basically they can try and cast a curse translated from the Necronomicon. Of course, the less power you have and the less knowledge you have, the more chance you have of things going completely wrong. So if you're dealing with the rote version, you must work with what is called the trappings. So a trappings is basically the physical item that you will need in order to cast the spell. You will need a minimum of 1 to cast it. So say you're doing... I think you've just unmuted me.
No, ignore it. It's a stupid kick. It bounces back sometimes. It's all right.
All good. If you are an expert and you're able to cast this from memory, you can work with no devices, but you do get a massive deficit to your rolls. However, the more actual trappings you have, the higher the chance you have of getting it working. And right up to if you are an absolute master at it and you can cast these spells straight from memory, well, you probably don't need trappings. You can just cast the spells outright. Focuses. Each of the praxis have their own focus. They are an intelligence focus. Now, each spell has other things in it, so it could be communication persuasion if you were trying to summon a demon. It could be along the lines of chemistry and physics if you're trying to do the alchemical transformation. You might need robotics if you want to build a servitor or some sort of robotic minion, that sort of stuff. However, if you have the actual praxis focus, so you have something like Ontix, you can substitute that instead of having the scientific knowledge to do it. So we go down to casting ranks. With the casting rank, you can see here it looks a little bit weird. The lower the level you are, the higher the rank is. But the way they have done this is neophyte, that there is basically you are casting this rank straight from text. You don't know any spells, you don't have any knowledge on the eldritch mythos or eldritch entities, anything like that. You are simply just casting the spell. So writing the research papers, scribble it out, do notes, cast it like that. Which means this is going to be an advanced test and your success threshold will be 30. So every time you roll versus a scientific methodology. If you pass the 15, I believe it is, to get, everything is based at 15, you count up your your stunt dice, and add them to your success level. As soon as it goes over 30, the spell succeeds.
And it can take a while to do as well.
It can indeed.
In-game time.
Well, in-game time and actual play time, it's like 30 is a huge amount. If you average out, you're getting 3.5 each turn, then you're looking at 8 rolls to do it, minimum, sort of thing. And with it, some of these spells will say each roll takes a day to do. So you're looking at least a week to be able to cast the spell. So obviously you're not like a week in our world, a week in-game universe.
Mm-hmm.
It goes through to an initiate, so that there is, if you actually have knowledge on the occultic, you have the talent, then you can start casting it from memory and you'll get extra bonuses while doing it, and your success threshold drops to 24, which is quite a bit lower. If you are adept, so you're level 2 in the knowledge, or the GM thinks that you have achieved an adept level at casting the spell, it drops down to 18. And then Magister is the absolute mega sorcerers who can cast it in 12. So with a good roll, especially if you are doing stuff like using your bonuses that you get through your bonds and stuff, you could have a spell cast in 2 turns. So you drop from 8 turns to 2 turns to be able to cast. And if you're doing some of the combat spells that are very, very powerful, that's basically 2 ranks. You send a bunch of minions to run as cannon fodder, and you have the ultimate sorcerer there. They're going to be able to cast massive spells very fast. We have difficulty and focus. So we can see here, if you are working from the rote working and you only have 1 trapping, the dice modifier is actually -2. So you'll get a -2 penalty to casting. These here do combo off a little. But generally they shouldn't combine too much. So rote working with only 2 trappings is all a -1. If you're an expert worker and you have no trappings, that there is a -2. And if you are minus the knowledge focus or the rote that is written in the rote working, then you get -1s on top of it. So you may not have a degree in chemistry, so you don't have the chemistry focus, and you're trying to cast the alchemical trapping formula, you can still use your intelligence, but you're doing it at a -1. So things do get difficult, but then there's also the positives. If you're an expert and you have 2 of the trappings, you get a +1. Expert with all 3 trappings, you get a +2. And that works up. If you're magistrate with all 3 trappings, you get a +2. If you're casting a learnt works from the text, so you know what you are casting, but you're still using the text, well, you get a +2 on top of that. It's sort of, you're using your mind and you're casting from the book, double whammy. And if you do the intervals twice as long, you get a +1 on all your rolls anyway.
We'll spend 2 days rather than 1 day.
Yeah, exactly. So you're really focusing on it. You can still fail, but a +1 is very good in this game.
I suppose if you've got a +2 and you actually go, right, I mean, I know I'm going to do this in a couple goes, so I might as well spend 4 days rather than 2 days doing it and get myself a +1, even though you get the +2 anyway.
Yeah.
Would that work? Yeah.
That would work indeed. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you can definitely stack them. So if you have expert or higher level and you've got 3 trappings, that's +2. Plus you're working from both your knowledge and the book, well, that's another +2, giving you a +4. And you're taking twice as long, that puts it up to +5.
I could almost do it in 1 roll, couldn't you? Then?
You almost could, yes. By using your bond, if you get 6 on the dice, you're a magistrate, so you only need 12. You've got a +5, you use one of your bonds, well, that's 6. You've cast the spell in 1 turn. Yep. Twice as long, but 1 turn.
Yeah, which could be 2 combat roll turns or 2 days or so.
It could. So we've got interval time. If it says it's very fast, that's 1 major action. So you still have a minor action per turn. If it says fast, that is 1 round. Medium is 1 whole minute, and there are 6 rounds in a minute. Or are there 4 in this game? You know, I haven't honestly checked with the age system whether it does it based on 6 seconds, 10 seconds, or 15-second rounds.
You can do quite a lot in one go, can't you?
You can do 2 minor actions and 1 minor and 1 major action, which I have got that written down. And then slow is 1 hour. I think there might be something a bit slower, so that's the 1 day, but 1 hour to cast something is quite a bit. And obviously you can't just stay up all night casting. If you need 16 rolls, that's 16 hours. Well, you're going to start.
You can do 8 hours and then the break.
Yeah. It does generate stunts. So we have a bunch of eldritch stunts sitting here. So Deft Worker, Blinds the Unseen, Singular Vision, Swift Work, Unbowed, Beyond Revelation, Unnaturally Animated, and Surge of Will. I don't have them fully done, so they're just the text, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, takes a while. It's all manual, isn't it? So mostly manual.
Yes. Yeah, I have to basically copy and paste and make nice tables and all that sort of stuff, and this software does not like tables.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
The whole world is tables. How does that work?
It is. Well, it's got its own table system, which doesn't let you do anything but have a table. You can't make any changes to it, so I have to roll it back to an earlier version of the system, which is thankfully still built in, which gives me full controls over HTML tables. I can put it in and then transfer back to the modern one to get all the writing done, but it still sometimes glitches out. You'll see some of the tables just aren't quite right. So we have cooperative casting. People can actually cast together using their greatest strengths. It doesn't increase the stunt dice you generate. You go off the highest stunt dice generated.
Okay.
It can still lead to failures, but it sort of mitigates a lot of the failures, especially stuff like it says here. Where is it? There is something there about if you're casting at magistrate level. So you can basically cast at a magistrate level, and you'll have to do it via this.
Success threshold is only 12, but they must use the roll working specified.
Yes, that's the one.
Sorry. Yeah.
So you can cast it at a magistrate. So success threshold 12, but it has to be the book version. So you can't use the expensive rules if you're a super genius at casting them. Next one is Eldritch Working and Consequences. This is where the fun starts. So like every other challenge test, Eldritch Workings levy consequences for failure. So a minor failure, I might make those bold so they make it a bit easier. Each time the caster fails a roll, add +1 to the target number of the working's accumulative alienation test for that participant. So you fail, automatically you roll on an alienation test, which we went over last week. If you fail, then the alienation test goes up 1, whether you pass the alienation test or not. So the more you fail, the worse it gets. This accumulation increases even when a failed roll triggers a moderate or major consequence. So that's just set. You're always going to get an accumulation of your alienation. A moderate failure is when one or more of the casters fail a combined 2 rolls across 1 or 2 intervals. They momentarily lose control of the working and must make an immediate TN15 Revelations alienation test. This is in addition to the alienation test mandated at the end of the working. This TN isn't modified by minor consequences. After that, the working's target number is increased by 2. So that goes from 15 to 17, making it harder for you to cast.
What are you rolling with that then? Rolling D20, are you?
No, 3d6.
3d6. So you got possible only 18.
So this will be a Revelations alienation test. If we had a look back at the Revelations on it, I believe that is willpower faith you roll. So you'll add your willpower as well as your faith.
So hopefully you got some in there.
Hopefully you are good.
And 15's high.
15 is high.
Just by 2 as well after that.
Yes. So that goes to 17, then 19, then 21, and most rolls max out at 21.
Yeah, right.
And then a major failure is when every caster involved in the test fails the roll 3 times each. The Eldritch working is doomed. So everything has a doomed condition where basically all hell breaks loose. Yes. Now you can abandon it if you start casting it and you are starting to get some minor consequences.
So I personally think this is the best bit about the whole thing.
Yes, this is really cool. So you can say, I'm done, and cut out. That's it. Spell over. However...
So just one question. So if you do one roll, you've started the process, yeah?
No. The way it is if you've done one roll, you started the process. But
and then
if
you go unbanding it, then it doesn't actually stop.
Well, only if you do up to the moderate failure. So if you're getting a couple of minor failures, which is one person fail, then you're good. However, you get 2 failures in a row with one or more people, that becomes a moderate one. And when that happens, we go to, let's see, the game master chooses, nope, even if one caster attempts a single casting roll after the moderate consequence, however, you can say, I'm out, and it basically kicks off and carries on working itself. So we don't know why. It just, say you're trying to summon an entity, and you get a moderate failure, you say, yep, this is too hard, bad stuff is going to happen, I quit. Well, that entity may just decide to summon itself using your beginnings anyway. And there is a 50-50 chance. We rolled a d6 on a 1, 2, 3, then, it's finished. You don't have to worry. However, 4 to 6, nope, it's going to carry on going itself. And when it keeps going, the DM is now in charge of it. So I, as the DM, will roll 3d6 and add +5 against the unmodified 15. If I continue to fail right up to getting a major one, well, doom happens. And doom is bad. I believe.
I love the example they give here.
Yep. So Indra you can read it.
Oh, that's you go for it. Okay.
Indra and Sheen struggle with the casting of angular travel. Both fail their rolls and suffer the moderate consequence. They are each forced to make a TN15 revelation alienation test. Indra succeeds, but Sean fails, gaining 1 point of enlightened and terror for each of the revelation bonds. So that's your personal bond and your external bond. The pair argue over whether to continue. The base TN for the working is now 18 instead of 15. Sean walks away, but Indra, who is more skilled at the underlying praxis, continues. Working by herself with all 3 of its roll trappings, she adds +2 to her casting, and yet she still fails. She thinks better of trying any further, so she stops the casting and she nopes out, but she's made the roll after a moderate consequence. There is now a chance the working will continue by itself. The GM, Megan, rolls a 5, and yes it does. So Megan now rolls 3d6 for every round until she accumulates the 18 degrees of success points or fails 3 times, bringing the work's doom down to anybody nearby. If the work succeeds itself, Megan decides who gets transported through time and where they go, or she may decide on a different working effect instead. If it fails, doom.
Because I guess the DM would say nothing and just roll quietly, and then go, Sean, you've just disappeared.
Well,
you are now...
it's up to the DM. I mean, I would play basically, even though it is based on, say, an hour's workings, I would say, well, now it's run away. You're both are still standing there. Maybe Sean decided to really nope out and left the summoning circle or whatever.
I would be playing with it. I'd be going, if I was the GM, I'd be like, right, okay, so I know it's going to take another, say, 3 hours to complete this. So you let them keep playing and let them forget about it?
Well, no, I would say, this is just my personality. I would say it is run away, so all of it is happening simultaneously. So basically the casting just gets faster and faster and faster, and before Megan was the DM in this one, Indra, before she actually leaves, it has finished. Even if it had 3 hours left to go, it took 3 rolls to fail. I would say it just instantly completes itself, and boom, someone is being teleported somewhere.
See, I'd keep it going in real time. and then they can go off and do a different adventure, and they can be chatting and doing stuff, and on an event, doing something really important, like maybe even do it in the next session, so they're completely forgotten about it.
That would actually
and
work
then all
really
of a sudden,
well.
Ingrid just disappears.
Yeah, that would be
like,
cool.
That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Because they'd be like, "What happened? Where's Sean?" Be like, "Where'd you go?"
Yeah,
she's just gone. She's
no,
gone back in time to the 15th century or something. Like.
That would work out really well. So yeah, maybe you can do it that way. I mean, the book doesn't state what happens, how it's done. So yeah, why not?
Make him forget. It'd be hilarious.
Wait, no, it does say the casting interview changes to fast for every round, regardless of what it was before.
Oh, but you don't have to tell them though.
No, true.
Disappear. That's what I think would be funny if one of them just disappears.
So
you just you go to them, right? One of you roll a 2d4 or something, or 1d4, and Mency are like 1, 2, Sean, and 3 4s.
Yep.
And you've just disappeared.
Yeah, that would actually be really cool.
Funny.
I mean, one of the praxis, if you fail to summon something, remember we had tendrils from beyond. I showed you that character. Hello, Yusuf. Remember I showed you that monster from last week. It was absolutely vicious. Basically, the only way you can kill it...
It was death, wasn't it?
It was death.
Basically?
Death in a door.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it appears. If you are trying to summon something and you fail, instead of summoning the tiny little monster that you were trying to summon...
The one that you can trap in its the pentagon or whatever and kind of go, oh, no, that's fine. We can look after it. We just want to study it. Or we want to talk to it. We want to ask it a question.
Yep.
Something nice and innocent. Yep.
Nope. Big giant tendrils turn out and just start annihilating everyone, because why not?
Yeah.
And you can have that. So they forget about it. They go off and they do another thing. Maybe they're in the middle of a library doing an investigation. They open a book and boom, a tendril comes out and starts whacking people.
I think it's brilliant.
I love it as well.
I like the forgotten bit of it. Like they don't realize. I think that's what's perfect about it. And it's completely up to the GM, like what they actually do. Because you could make it kind of innocuous almost. You could. Just have something really annoying follow them around, like some funny demon that keeps following them around, and they won't leave them alone. Well, you summoned me. I'm here now. What do you want me to do? That sort of thing. It just keeps following them around. Yusuf has reminded that it was his account that done the 200th subscriber. Oh, nice one. So we will be having a 200th subscriber special, which will be, I'll be trying to get Malcolm Shepherd on to basically go over the design they done for it. So he is one of the key designers for the age system. Oh, we've been pronouncing the name wrong the whole time as well. Did you notice? Oh, yes, he was calling me Paul Shah. No, the name of the company, Green Ronin, is not that. It's something else. It's Green Ronin. But it's not Ronin, though. It's something else. The way he was saying it wasn't how we've been saying the whole time. I didn't notice, actually. Oh, I thought it was... Yeah. I did notice when I played it back, my audio was absolutely terrible. Terrible. I don't know why. I don't know what they did to it. Yeah. I don't know, but... That's how he was sounding for me. It was really hard to hear him. So I think it's the software that we were using to talk. It wasn't Zoom then? It wasn't Zoom, no. I see, yeah. You should get him, tell him, hey, look, listen to our audio. It's really good. So yeah, let's have a look at the known praxis. So with that, we have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 praxis available. So we have artifice, which is basically the praxis of technology. Artifice includes wonders and horrors unimaginable to the scientists and engineers of almost any age. According to rumours, its eldritch workings can modify things as simple as a steam engine or generate exotic matter fields with reality warping abilities. So this sort of stuff, you can summon yourself very powerful armor. You can summon yourself an animated tutor. You can do automated tutor. Automated, sorry, yep. You've got a cosmic upgrade. Every praxis has a counter version of it, which I think is really cool. I would say most people don't know the counter spells unless you're highly, highly skilled in this thing. But say something is going horribly wrong. There is a massive storm, which I believe storm is Ontix. Yes, it is. Storm is an Ontix spell. So a town is basically being hit by this massive cold blizzard, which is really weird because it's in the middle of the Sahara Desert.
sort of thing. And it's just freezing. There is huge tornadoes, huge storms, all that sort of stuff. Well, someone, say it's around Egypt, someone decided to go grave robbing, found some sort of pyramid, went and found something, cast a spell from it, and it's caused an out-of-control storm that's just terrorizing everything. You would then have to, as the party, do some research, maybe go to the Cairo Museum, or maybe do some more grave robbing yourself, and find the Counter Onyx spell. And once you do that, you must cast it. So you'll have to get the skills to cast it, or risk not being able to cast it properly. You'd have to get all of the parts to do it. So Counter Onyx requires, its trappings is 5 gallons of liquid nitrogen. A silver mirror with power leads. A slivered mirror with power leads. And a 5 million candle power light source.
Now that's quite a lot.
Yes. So you need electricity, liquid coolant, and light. And if you can cast it, you null and void the effect that was going on. But that could be a whole adventure on its own, as you have to work out A, what is happening, B, how to counter it, then work out the actual counter spell, then source all the equipment. So, yeah, I like the story possibilities for that. But anyway, back to Artifice. Propulsion, basically anything from building massive rockets, all that sort of stuff. Pulse wave. What is pulse wave? Pulse wave is eldritch shockwave, music of the trapezoids. So pulse wave emits a series of electronic pulses that resonate with the unseen dimensions. It doesn't look good. And then Seeker, basically a mechanical seeker that can rebuild itself with either technology or with bones and parts. And basically it's a seeker drone, just an eldritch seeker drone.
Magical one.
Geometry, angular travel is, basic traveling. The Hounds of Tinos perceive time as a visible dimension, allowing them to move through time just as they moved in angular space. So, time travel. Call entity. Call entity summons an entity. It's Crossroads, basically. That's your Crossroads demon. Counter geometry, we've gone over that. Curved travel instead of angular travel. So you can teleportation. You can do all sorts of cool teleportation stuff. Hyperbolic rotation. So this one here, in an area with a radius of up to 50 yards per casting rank, the caster can designate a number of alternate spatial relationships equal to their intelligence plus casting rank, with points of intersections no larger than 4 square yards each. It's all points must exist within the workings radius, blah, blah, blah. They can walk through a door in one destination and go somewhere else. Stargate travel, I'm guessing.
Yeah. It's what do you call it? Dimension travel, isn't it?
It is. Prism. This one here is this working.
That would be fun if that went wrong.
Prism.
No, dimensional travel.
Oh, let's see what the Doom effect is. So the workings area of effect vanishes from normal space-time, with the plausible environmental features filling the gap. Okay, the area of effect now exists in a time and location of the game master's choosing, such as 100 years ago, Antarctica, or Yoggoth. Taken any occupants with it. So you fail your cast.
Big hole.
Yeah, you fail your casting, nothing happens, and then you go to the thing, and suddenly history has changed, and the place you were born no longer exists. It's a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
Yes, very cool.
What have you done?
And
then you're like, oh, we have to now do this again to go and reverse whatever happened in the past.
Yeah.
Brilliant. It's just a big hole, isn't it? It's a big hole of doom.
We've got Prism and Ward. Morphix is the ability to basically change biology. So yeah, geometry is physical space. Morphix is biological space. Basically, graft things, mind transport, reanimation.
Humanity may be little more than a chemical accident manipulated by amusement of alien invaders. Brilliant.
That's brilliant, isn't it? Ontics is the physical unseen dimensions. I would say that there is like your string theory type. Yeah.
It's not the Force then, is it?
No, because it's changing the physical world around you. So that's where you get your base alchemy. That's where you get your storm, matter duplication, state. Free energy is a cool one. So free energy, basically you need jumper cables, a rare earth magnet, and a thunderstorm or comparable source of electricity. So something really powerful. And
that's the future.
Yeah, if you do that, however, you can get an electronic device to have free energy.
That's quite cool.
That is. Of course, if you fail in that, let's see. The failed working creates an electromagnetic storm centered on the caster for 1d6 rounds. This is a 10-yard diameter hazard, dealing 4d6 penetrating wound damage per round to anyone with metal on their persons, and 1d6 penetrating wound damage per round to anyone else caught in the area. So basically, you're a walking bomb.
And if the caster moves, the storm follows them.
Yes.
At a speed of 20, so it's fast.
Yeah. So it doesn't last for too long, but...
Well, yeah, it will kill you, though. 1d6 worth of...
Remembering, you don't get health. So the maximum I think you can get is 30 hit points throughout the entire game.
And you're wearing a metal armor.
Yeah.
46 is going to hurt.
46 per round. Could be for 6 rounds.
Yeah, and it could be... Well, you could die in 2 rounds, basically, couldn't you?
Basically, yeah. Because it's penetrating damage, so your armor means nothing.
No, it just encourages electricity to hit you.
And then the last one is Outsiders, basically dealing...
Wait. Dark Twin, though. What's Dark Twin?
Dark Twin. Now, this is interesting. So, its workings, you need a full-length smoke glass mirror, ravens from the same brood, and a homunculus-style image of what you are duplicating. You're effectively creating yourself a clone, an evil clone.
That's so much fun. Okay.
Yes. It's a long spell, as you can see.
It is a spell, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is a long spell. The doom is the twin appears self-willed hostile entity with any physical injury to also affects the caster. but not vice versa.
Yeah.
As a flaw in working makes the twin more real than original. That's so funny.
Yeah. So basically you get doom, you get an evil version of yourself. If you hurt it, you're taking the same damage. If it hurts you, it doesn't care.
Yep.
Yeah.
So fun.
So
and Outsiders.
All of them have 7, with the exception Outsiders has 8. So that makes 36 spells. I know it's not a lot, but you can have some fun with these spells.
Oh, I think so.
I mean, there's so many there. Intrusion, I believe, is the one. Yes, Intrusion. So let me read this. The effect. The working summons of tendrils from beyond for the duration of an action encounter or 10 minutes, whichever comes first. The tendrils emerge from a location within 4 yards of the caster and spends its first 1d6 rounds moving in a direction of the caster's choosing. It then indiscriminately attacks all creatures within reach. So if you're the caster, it's usually a good idea to point it away from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. The doom for it is it just summons. And it's under the DM's control. And it will do anything. It'll just kill everyone.
Yeah.
So we can go over how we build
that's
a
spell.
Fun, though. Yes.
It may not simply vanish. It may simply vanish after killing anyone it called. Unless prevented, it will drag the bodies of the slain through with it back to the unseen dimensions.
Yeah, do you want that?
Nice?
Having your atoms scattered across the cosmos.
Yeah, it's going to hurt.
So we'll use this intrusion as a basis of how the spells work. So you obviously have the name of it up the top. You have, you know what? I've been on our duel thing the whole time, so it's just been you and me talking. I'm good. I do this professionally, honest.
What do you mean? It's just me and you talking?
I've got the extra screens, so
it's so fun. You did. I thought you changed it at one point, but
I did. I must have changed it back when I was talking to you.
That's bad. Right. I'm doing it properly. Just watch my stream if you want it done properly.
So sorry about that, everybody. But yes, so we're going over.
This is the what do you call that? The one being trained, showing the one who trained them how to do it properly now.
Yeah. Yes, you have.
There's a word.
You've overpassed your master.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
So we have the name of it. We have where it comes from up the top, and then we have generally other names that the spell could be cast as. We then have a general description of the spell. I've also put in there, because you can cast this from written works as well as a spell, I've got the power and arcane item there that you can drag into a spell book. You then have the rote test. So for intrusion, you need to have communications bargaining and intelligence occultism, and that will always be a TN 15. Now, if you're doing the rote workings, you must cast it with all of the rote tests, no matter if you are proficient in them or not. So that's why working together and having multiple people is a good idea. Mm-hmm. So it says in the rules, even if you succeed the advanced test, you've passed the threshold. Say for this one, you have communications bargaining, you rolled all your test communications bargaining, and you've gotten your 30 threshold. Well, it's not going to go off. You must make at least one successful intelligence occultism test, which I think can, once again, lead to some really cool role-playing. You've cast the spell. You just need this one last roll to go off. So what you can do is go and trick someone to cast it with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
The alienation test. This one here is for a... it's an entities test, and it will be TN 14 for minor outsiders and visitations, or a TN 16 for major outsiders. So minor outsiders will be if you're summoning little things. Major will be if you're summoning...
Tendril from beyond. Yeah.
Interval is fast, so it only takes one round, which means if you are really good at it, you only need 12. You can cast this possibly in 2 rounds. So it can be, this is one of the spells that are incredibly powerful in combat. You're against some sort of eldritch monster that is trying to summon the tendrils and use it against you. They may be able to pull it off while sending their minions as the cannon fodder. Then it has its trappings. What does it actually need to cast? This needs a kaleidoscope with glass lenses and silver mirrors. That's all pretty cool. An idol dedicated to an outsider, and then a steel rasp. So it doesn't need that much. Then you have the effect. What actually happens when you cast the effect? Everything also has a magistrate effect. So the magistrate, if you cast it at that level, the tendrils from beyond regenerate 1d6 health at the beginning of its turns on each round until it is reduced to 0 health, at which time it vanishes. So I think they have like 150 odd hit points. I can click them here. They have 255 hit points, 15 defense, and 10 armor.
Oh, so if you only do like 2 or 3 points of damage to it, it's going to re-heal itself.
Pretty much, yeah. Effectively, you ain't killing this thing. Mm-hmm. And then the doom effect, what happens if you fail? So that is the breakdown of a written work. It is very cool, and I love it. We also have one extra thing, Eldritch Professions. So we've gone through the professions in the book. We usually create our own professions, but there is a thing there. If you are not new to the mythos, if you are someone who maybe you grew up in a cult, or maybe you have studied and you've come across this sort of stuff, we have 6 different professions that will basically let you start off with knowing some praxis right from the start. And that is the praxis rules. All nice and easy.
How hard is it to become a top caster, I guess you call them.
Okay, so if you start off with the talent, I will open up the talent. It is under, funnily enough, character powers and talents. And we go to talent. Oh, no, it's under magic. Sorry. Magic's Eldritch Working. So if I have a look at the Ontix one, at novice level, if you choose an Eldritch background, you can become novice at level 1, which
means...
That to me?
Whereabouts is this? Sorry, whereabouts is this?
It's actually in the compendiums, but there is an easier way to get to it. If we go back to the rules and we show the players, we go to Know and Praxis. So you've got there, we've got Artifice, Talent, and Focus. So you can click the talent and it pops up. So, yeah, you can start off with level 1 on the talent. Now, when you level up your character, each even level, I believe it is, I'd have to double check, but each even level you get to upgrade a talent, and each odd level you get to upgrade a specialization. Might be a little different, but basically every level, every second level you get to upgrade a talent. So level 2 you can go from novice to expert. At level 4 you'll be able to go from expert to master.
Oh wow, okay.
So by level 4 you could have mastered one of these talents. So, yeah, you can be powerful. And each one, if you start off at level 1, I believe you get 2 of them. So, level 1, you learn 1 Eldritch Working from the Praxis. Sorry, you may cast all workings from the Praxis at the Initiate rank, even when you cast it from the Rote Works. And you may now exchange other advancements to learn additional Eldritch Workings from the Praxis. Then expert level, you learn an additional one. Master, an additional one. So you can memorize up to 3 different praxis all at once. Now, there is a second side to the rules. We have psychic phenomena. So this one is your basic spell casting, the way every age system does it. You're pretty familiar with it with Fantasy Age, I believe. It is pretty much the same thing. Instead of having mana, however, you just use your sheer force of will to do it. It has the usual stuff. So a force test, if you cast something like telekinesis and you're trying to manipulate someone, pin someone down, that sort of stuff, then they would have to use a force test, which is strength might, against your psychic force. And it basically becomes a battle of wits. Do they have enough strength to not be pinned down? It's honestly, there's not a lot to go into it. There is some price effects. So there are actually 2 roles with it. Each one will have the willpower thing. So you share willpower to cast the spell. You also have the price effect. It doesn't generate stunts. It's just an effect, and each spell will have the number. It will be sometimes the same, sometimes different to the casting cost. If you fail your price effect, then you look at the stunt dice, and there's this nice little table here on what happens to you. It could be you get a little bit fatigued, you get an injury, you get a major injury, you have an uncontrolled phenomenon where other stuff happens, you get distracted. It's a pretty simple table. Mm-hmm. And with that, we only have a few. We have cryokinesis, i.e. frost magic. We have empathy, being able to read people's minds. ESP, being able to sense, precognition, that sort of stuff. Psychic projection, basically your illusion magic. Pyrokinesis, fire magic. Telekinesis, moving stuff with your mind. And telepathy. Pretty standard psychic phenomenon. And they all work the exact same way as most things. So telekinesis, if you become talented in telekinesis, you've got move object, which is basically the spell for it. The target number is 9. The price will be 10 plus whatever it is to move an object. We can go down. I've converted these all into kgs because I don't know pounds. So if you want to move something of 1 kg and fling it at an opponent, it's going to do a whole 1d6 damage, and the price is 10. 2.5 kgs, it does 1d6 plus 3 damage, and the price is 11. Right up to 400 kgs, you're moving small cars. Its attack modifier, if you're throwing it at someone, will be -6 because it is big and heavy. They can dodge. But it is doing 5d6, most likely penetrating damage. However, its price test is 18.
How often can you do these?
At will.
You say you do it all the time. So
there's no mana, so you can do it all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you said. I was like, really? That seems quite powerful.
It does seem very powerful, yes.
So especially like even the 3d6 is quite nice. Like a 14 is not too bad.
No, 14 is doable, especially if you have a high willpower. I mean, in order to be casting this sort of stuff, you should have the high enough willpower, plus you add the focus. So even with the 2 willpower and the focus on it, all you need is a 10 on a 3d6 to be able to do 3d6 damage.
Yeah, which is nice.
And that's a 25 kg weight that you are throwing at someone at ballistic speed. That's pretty quick. Sorry?
I was saying attack modifier is not that bad. -1 is pretty good, so it's not going to affect it too much.
Yeah. So I have had one character play with move object. There is the ability to grab a creature, which is where the strength might test. Basically, they were getting owned by giant interdimensional spiders. So he used his telekinesis. It says it's a minor action, which is good. He can use it twice, and he held down 2 spiders, and basically they won the game because he was able to crowd control the spiders by moving them, throwing them back, that sort of stuff, because they were light. They were, 40 kg? Not too heavy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is spellcasting. What do you think about it?
It sounds quite powerful.
It does, doesn't it? But power comes with a price, and I like the way they've introduced the price to it. Yeah. I mean, if something goes wrong, something's going seriously wrong.
Yeah, that is fun.
And I do like your idea of it doesn't have to happen straight away. So, it just rolls off and you can control it from then on.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. That's what's fun. Gives a GM a bit of fun. It doesn't have to kill the person, but it could be really funny.
It could.
Even if it just bounced the person to like a room, which was, that first one we talked about, the moving one.
Yep.
And just bounced them to like a town of 10 k's away or something.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. It doesn't have to bounce them to like somewhere like the desert. It could just bounce them to somewhere really weird. Like in the middle of like, I don't know, a sports center or a gym or something. And they're going, I was in the library just now. What the frick is going on here?
So, shall we do what we are good at doing? Creating some randos.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay, so I'll jump back to this screen. I'm remembering to jump back to screens.
Look at you go, learning.
I know. So let's do second rando. I've made this one a female.
You haven't corrected his abilities, so I still saw it wrong.
What? Oh, no, I haven't, have I? It'll get there. I'll
soon.
Maybe, never.
Fine.
I can't even see ABILI. Yeah, I'll find it. Don't worry.
That's right.
Let's create some random abilities. Okay.
A 1.
So accuracy is 1.
Abilities 1 as well.
Oh, no, that abilities is if you just wanted to roll that one itself. Ignore that, just roll the 9 underneath it. I might even look at removing that. Communication 0.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yes. Constitution 2, Dexterity 2, Fighting 2, Intelligence 2, Perception 1.
Nice. This is a good
Strength 2, Willpower
1.
That is really good. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 10, 11, 12, 13. That's a bang-on character.
Yeah. Finally, after last week's disaster.
Last week wasn't that bad.
No, actually, they played all right, the characters, but it was a little bit... really 9 both times?
Yeah. Okay, so background. Which social class are we going for? Upper class.
Oh, that's unusual. I never rolled that.
Yeah, so aristocrat, corporate, or cosmopolitan? Corporate. Okay. So I will put background corporate, social class upper, PPER. I am hoping that you can see everything this time.
Oh, true. Yeah, I haven't actually checked. I was just fixing it so people could see stuff on screen. What I was doing.
You start off with 2 external bonds. So I'll put this
I see corporate and I see upper and I see all the numbers. So yeah, it's updating this week. You fixed it?
No. I'm just hoping it fixes itself. There's very little I can do.
I was trying to be funny when I said you fixed it. So no, you didn't actually touch it.
Okay, so we are going with 3. 3 is 1, 2, 3, communications, bargaining. And 6 is intrigue.
Intrigue.
Yes. We get 1 on our communication, so that actually puts you to 14. And we get double 6 plus 1 to accuracy. So nice. You are going to 15 for a character. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, like that.
You got 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay, let's go for a profession. Do you want to do a rando profession or one of the random instant professions?
I don't know. Let's go for instant one for something different.
Okay, sweet. Roll for the professions roller.
So is that
right click on the little table button?
Which one is it though? Is it ability focus or talent? What is it? Oh,
scroll right down, right down, and you've got instant professions. Okay, you are an investigator. I like this character.
Yeah, this character's cool.
Okay, 1d6, 1 to 3 is communication investigation, 4 to 6 is forensics. Okay, we can get a talent of contacts or observation. Contacts it is.
Oh, this is perfect. Investigator, contacts, forensics, bargaining is actually really handy as well.
It is.
Plus 2 bonds, though.
Plus 2 bonds. So with the plus 2 bonds, you've got 2 external and 2 personal. Or you can have no bonds because you can use those 2 personal bonds to remove the external. But what fun is there in that? And then the last one is the drive.
Second.
You are a builder.
What's a builder?
Okay.
Industrial achievements. What else are social movements? Okay.
So with builder, your drive is organization. Quality, sorry, is organization. Bless you.
Thank you.
And you rolled a 2, which means you get maker. And now roll a 1d6 again. This will either give you bonds or health. 2 more bonds.
5 bonds. Contacts.
All right. Now we put it, so health is at 15 plus your constitution, which makes it 17 health. Hello, cat. My cat's back.
Oh, hi, cat.
Your defense is 12, speed is 12. You are upper class, so I believe upper class gives you 0 to 6 resources, base 6. Let's see. Background, upper class. Upper class should give you... It's not telling me. Resources 6, I was correct. With that, would you like to buy some equipment?
Yes. I'm not sure what's...
So this is based in, I'm going to say 1930s, this particular adventure. So no advanced guns, no computers whatsoever. I would say some sort of revolver.
Something like that. Yeah, revolver.
Yep. So with the revolver, how much is a revolver? Let me have a look-see. Player handouts, equipment, weapons. Ranged weapon, so that is a handgun. Resource of 11. So roll me a resource test, please. That is more than enough. Okay, do you want a fancy revolver with that?
Well, I was thinking that, you see. I was thinking maybe we can get a silencer and stuff on it.
Okay, a revolver with a silencer. So weapon
I'm trying to think what else you'd
upgrades.
actually have.
Yeah, no, I'll let you take a silencer with that.
Okay.
So handgun, I will add a description, and I'm going to toss a silencer into the description of the handgun. So basically you have it silenced. You can't have a laser gun, laser sight, because that doesn't exist. I'm sorry.
30s. I was trying to think of 30s stuff that's handy, because obviously I've got 6 resources. What gear would they know?
Well, basically, I would say this is an investigator. It actually fits in really well with the adventure. You are...
It could just be money means I know people.
Yeah, money, paper, pencils. I mean, it's not a lot. Your key thing would be the sidearm.
It's contacts. Contacts would probably be the biggest thing, when it contacts and has sidearm.
Yeah.
And a really cool hat.
And a really cool hat. She's already got the trench coat.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like she needs like a trilby or something. Not a trilby. What do they call those?
Yeah, a trilby.
It's trilby, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. With your personal bond, so let me briefly explain this adventure. This is based in everybody's favourite place, Maine, in the 1930s. So, good old-fashioned New England, up north during the winter. There has been Dr. East. He has worked as a teacher of applied physics and biology at the Maine University. And a few days ago, he didn't show up for work. And people are a little worried about that. So the police done an investigation. They went into his office, which he shares an office with multiple other professors. There was nothing in there. They then had a look around his house. They said there's nothing in there. They've closed the investigation. So with this particular investigator, are you personally connected to him, or have you been hired by someone to investigate his disappearance?
I feel like this person would be hired.
Would be hired?
Maybe Rando 2 may know them.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I think they wouldn't know them, because it seems like their job would be to be investigators. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They may well have contacts around to kind of get information and stuff like that.
So I will give you your personal bonds. You have up to 4 for personal bonds. I would say, as you have a pistol, maybe have an item bond with your gun.
Oh, okay. What does that do then?
So a gun, this year I'm going down to item bonds. Let's see, material personal. Your bond connects you to an object, structure, or location. This kind of bond possessed by a character who will treat their car like a pet or a child, or who would rather die than give up their home. An example for this is material personal. Comrade rifle has never let me down, and I will never let it down.
Her down, indeed. I say a she, that rifle.
Cool. So, do you want a personal bond with your rifle?
Sounds good. Yeah, it sounds good.
Or with your pistol?
A pistol, yeah.
Okay. So, material personal for pistol. And I will edit that, and that there is. Yes?
I'm thinking like the old the Mafia games, investigate type.
Yep.
Like Star Trek Next Generation, where they used to go back into the holodeck and had like his little missions going on. Picard used to do.
Yes.
I'm thinking that sort of style. So she may have maybe like a secretary who can get hold of stuff, who knows people or stuff like that.
Okay, cool. So that is a second bond of getting stuff. So, I mean, this is a female, so a male secretary.
Oh, that'd be interesting for 30s. Yeah.
Yes. So this is a, not an ideological, there we go, relationship bond, personal. This is sitting at 2, so this will be your secretary.
Yep, Personal assistant, I think you should call them.
Sweet. Personal assistant.
I don't think they appreciate being called a secretary. This is the 1930s, after
This is the 1930s. Okay, you have a personal bond with your personal assistant. Now you do have an external bond. What is that? That is something that has basically you've possibly pissed someone off in the past. Maybe you investigated someone and they didn't like that. Maybe you investigated someone and couldn't find them.
I might just go down the mafia route.
Okay, so
a mafia boss, a mafia kind of boss guy maybe.
Okay, so this
make it serious.
is
Make it a decent one.
External organization bond.
I'm from New York, and I annoyed the mafia in New York. And that's why I ended up in Maine to get away.
How do you spell syndicate? C-A-T-E.
S-Y, isn't it?
S-Y. Let's see. S-Y-N-D-A-C.
D-I-C-A-T-E.
That looks it.
D-I-C-A. Yeah,
okay. So if you have a look at your socials, you should see a material bond of your pistol, an organisation bond, the crime syndicate, and a relationship personal bond of your personal assistant.
Is it a 1, isn't it, though, the crime syndicate? 1-1?
Nope, it's 2.
Oh, it's 2. Okay.
Everything is 2.
Oh.
And do we have a name?
Oh,
we don't have to come up with one. Rando the second.
It.
Okay.
Popular game names. Well, the top of the list is Mary. Popular names for girls in the 1930s.
Mary. Fair enough. I will go to prototype token and do Mary. Update token. Okay, we should be good for Rando 1. So let's have a look at Rando 2. Now, is this one maybe Mary's personal assistant? Or is this maybe a work colleague of Dr.
I reckon
East?
It's like almost like a local cop or something that's helping.
So I would say with that one there, a local cop wasn't happy with the investigation. So he has brought in his mate Mary to help, and he is doing this off hours. Basically, it's been bugging him. He really wants to solve this case.
Yep.
Excellent. Let's roll some Rando dice.
And he knows the PA a little bit as well, and that's why they end up. That's what the link is.
Aha.
That guy knows everybody, you see.
Maybe the PA was a family member who couldn't quite make it to the police force, so is working as a personal assistant of a local private eye.
Yeah, nice. A 1, a 0, a 3 for Constitution. Oh, cool.
Nice, tough boy.
3 for Dexterity.
Huh.
Nice. And a 3 for Fighting.
Wow.
He's like the perfect cop. 2 for Intelligence, which is nice. 2 for Perception. 3 for Strength.
Wow.
Word. And a 1 for Willpower.
Nice.
My word, this guy's a beast.
He is. So what background?
A lower
class.
Which is fine.
Yep.
Okay, which works out.
Okay, so lower class roller. He is
Military.
ex-military.
Okay. Well, that makes complete sense as a local cop.
It does, actually. So background military and lower.
So it's funny, this whole random thing is not random at all currently today.
No, these are very well put together characters, aren't they? So that is intelligence tactics. Yep.
Which is really handy.
He has 1 personal bond. He has +1 on his fighting, giving him a 4 fighting.
Jeez.
And a second D6 for a talent.
A 1. Combat.
1.
Okay.
1 combat style.
It's complete. Make complete sense as military.
It does. So combat styles are brawling styles, overwhelm style, pinpoint attack, pistol, rifle, single weapon, or two-handed weapon.
Let's roll it. So how many is that?
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
It's 9. 7. I have no idea what to roll for that. 14? I guess we can go for
No.
2D,
Just
2D7.
you can go /R in the chat and then 1d7. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. He has rifle style.
He got style with rifles.
He does. So, roll on the 2d6. That is 4, which gives him accuracy pistols. So he is good at using pistols. Maybe he was in the military. He wasn't that good with rifles, so he studied a lot to get the rifle style, but he has a natural knack for pistols.
Pistols, yeah.
All right. I think we should possibly look at instant professions again, because that was pretty cool.
Yeah. That worked really well, didn't it?
Medic.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Interesting. Okay, so you are some sort of doctor, nurse in the Great War. You have
in the Great War, yeah.
Fighter, intelligence, medicine. So you know tactics as well as medicine. Let's roll again. Hopefully you get emergency care.
Emergency care.
You did not. You got expertise. So expertise, you can choose a focus, something with a knowledge roll, which will have to be medicine. And with that, you can choose a better focus within there in order to get a +1 on rolls for that.
So if I click on medicine, oh no, where would I find?
Okay, so you go to talents, open up the talents, and I will hand out character notes. Let me show you this. So there's knowledge focuses.
Aha. And
so you can see medicine is not there.
Biology, no, natural form. Chemistry, maybe.
You have to have the focus, which is a bit weird. So, okay, as you don't have any focus with a knowledge base on it, I would say, because you do actually have to have that in order to get it. This is one of the only ones. So instead of getting expertise, you go emergency care.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. So with emergency care, you have trained as an emergency medic technician. Your aid is swift. First aid is now a minor action for you. Usually it's a major action. And you get you get an automatic +2 on your resources, so you're having 4 resources.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And now what drives your character, or what drives Rando 2? He is a protector. Wow.
Okay, well, this is completely perfect.
Believe it or not, everyone, we are not, this is scripting this whatsoever. So 6 is misdirection. Oh, interesting.
So confusion among friends and foe alike. Easily confuse people with perception. Distract stunts only cost you 2 stunt points. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
That all of that works against Cthulhu type things.
It may do.
Look over there. And health.
+2 to bonds. So you start with 1 bond being lower. That gives you 3 bonds all up. Got some boy racers outside. We've had them for a while, actually.
Christchurch is known for that, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Okay. So how do you see this character working with their bonds?
His bonds. Well, he's a local, so maybe his bonds is like he would be real well respected being an ex-army or military guy as well.
Yep.
Maybe he has like power, like a DA power kind of levels. Okay. I'm just thinking of something like very policey, kind of high up policey.
So would this one here be an organization bond or a relationship bond? Relationship with the community, or...
What's he got? Yeah, relationship with the community. Very much so. Being like he's a medic as a guy as well, so they're always regarded well.
Okay, let me go personal bond, drag that over, socials. So this is a relationship, personal. He is a community protector. How does that sound?
Yeah, he's very reliable, isn't he?
And is that using 1, 2, or 3 of his bonds?
I think so. Oh, it's almost like they'd share the same friend, wouldn't they? I wonder if they'd know that.
They would.
Bonds. Yeah. I reckon we give all 3 on that one,
Okay.
Because corporate-wise, he wouldn't really be involved in business-wise.
No, he wouldn't.
Especially if he's going against his police friends and doing his own thing. He probably wouldn't have any sort of good relationship with the cops so much.
Nope, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. In that case, let's jump down. I'm hoping that these ones here, let's just delete these 2 randos because they are no longer there. Oh, name. What are we calling this rando?
And Tony, I agree. About time I said decent roles. Yep, I completely agree. Especially after last week.
So any particular name?
We're going to call him.
Yeah.
Aha, wait a minute. Rando. What did I put last time? Female. What did I type last time?
Oh, and does he want some weapons? I would say he would get a handgun as standard, being military issue. Does he want a revolver? Does he want a rifle?
I feel like he would have gone home and grabbed his rifle. Thinking something weird's going on here. I feel like he would have had his rifle, yes.
Sweet.
It could be like his ex-army rifle or whatever they're backing there.
I will give him an army sword because his fighting is actually pretty high.
Oh, really high.
He will have a handgun and a rifle. And all of these are standard, not upgradable, because I dare say he would have got them from his service time.
Yes, exactly, yeah. Robert is the name that comes first. Or should be Robert. Robert and Mary.
Robbert.
No, R-O-B. No,
just one B?
R-O-B-E-R-T, yeah.
Just the one. I knew that. I've just seen a few did. Honest.
That's right. Yeah. Test me.
I am, yes. So, Mary and Robert. Oh, sorry. Robert is named there. Robert is not named there. Robert. Update token. And he has 18 health because he has a constitution of 3. Right, so the police did do an investigation into the house a bit. They said there was nothing too bad there. You have arrived at the little pathway up to his house. It doesn't have a lot of snow on it, considering there's a lot of snow everywhere else. And one street light illuminates the lamp. So this is late enough that there is electricity. You can see power lines going to his house. However, you cannot see any lights on in his house.
Can you unpause the game?
That I can.
So there's no lights on in the house, you're saying?
Correct.
Okay. Does Robert have a key? Doesn't know this guy. Just trying to work out.
Robert does not have a key. However, Mary doesn't require a key.
Oh, okay. There's no key under a plant pot you might know about or anything.
No.
Like that. No. Okay. So very quiet, yeah? Nothing happening?
Yeah, you're looking at about 11 o'clock at night. So you can see the other houses across the road. However, you cannot see into them. In fact, I haven't put anything in them. Yeah. It is all quiet. Okay, it is all cold.
It's all cold, yes. Come on, let's go indoors. I reckon we should go in and have a look.
Okay.
I don't wonder about walking around the outside once, actually, which might be a thing that Mary would do, just to do like a quick recce around the outside of it, but outside the building, so if there's any back doors open or anything like that.
She can look through. I can tell you now I forgot to put a back door in.
I did. That's why I was questioning myself about saying it, because I wasn't sure if you just assumed I'd go through the front door when you hadn't done the
I
back.
did, and I did not put any back doors in.
It was only, you kind of walk around the house once. That's what they do when they arrive, just to check it out and see if there's anything loose, the windows open.
With that, I mean, you can look through all the windows, and everything seems decidedly still and empty.
No broken latches, no kind of busted doors on the outside.
No.
Okay, all right. So it looks fine. That was kind of my thinking.
I mean, the police done a reconnoiter around the house, and they could not find anything at all. There's no signs of struggle.
Have I seen the police information? What they wrote about?
The police report basically says that it is inconclusive. No signs of struggle. No signs of any damage or anything. They believe he has gone on holiday and just not told anyone.
Right. And Robert thinks this is weird.
This is very weird. Yes.
Okay. And there was nothing in his office?
Nothing at all. Basically, some grading notes, that sort of stuff. So, yeah.
Okay, let's jimmy the lock, I guess.
Yep. And the door opens with a loud creak. I did not put audio on the lower house ones, but I did put audio there. So, first thing you notice, the door is open into the sitting room. Second thing you notice is, although this house has electricity wired to it, you do not actually see electricity in the house. So you see sconces all around. If you want, you can light them, but you don't see lighting, modern lighting inside the house at all. And the third thing you notice is there are 2 major orange trees planted inside the house.
Okay. So 1930s, I guess everything's electricity, isn't it, really?
Most things had electricity, yeah. I think outhouses were still outside. There wasn't as much indoor plumbing, but most things should be electrically driven. Like you should see radios around, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, radios mostly, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'll pull out my torch, which I always carry with me.
I don't have the torch mod installed.
Oh, that's fine. No, I'm just saying it's obviously a little bit dull, isn't it? Because
it is. So if you want, you can pull out your lighter and light the candles. I do have a little magic thing, so you tell me which candle you're lit. So I'm just following your little thing.
I was just thinking of, I know, you can see my little, I can see yours as well, yeah. Okay, so that door's open as well. That's the hallway.
That does not have a door. That is an archway.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Archway into the stairs.
And there's no scuffs on the floor. There's no markings anywhere.
Nothing at all.
Nothing interesting. What's this here? What are these things?
Those are 2 shields. They are medieval shields. You can investigate them, but there's pretty much nothing there. They just look like wall decorations, honestly.
I feel like these guys are a bit calmer than the guys last week who just panicked the whole time.
Yes.
And because they're just random. These 2 guys are kind of professional, so they wouldn't be so freaked out. Okay, cool. Let's go into here.
Okay. So you walk into the sitting room. Once again, as you walk in, you first light up some lights. Once again,
showing off your lighting functions.
I am indeed. Once again, did you want to light the candle on the table in front of you as well?
Let's do the candle, because I want to go and read the stuff on the paper, all that paper that's on the candle too.
Fair enough. Well, that is something of interest. Once again, no electricity in the house. For someone who's a physics teacher, you would expect something electrical here. Everything is lit by candle. Another citrus tree, which is a little confusing. Nobody needs 3 citrus trees in their house. You can see an old piano with some manuscript written there. And the seats arranged around a coffee table covered in books and books and books and books.
Any dust?
No.
No dust. So nothing's been disturbed or anything.
Nope.
So because I reckon these 2 guys are quite professional, they're going to go split up.
Fair enough.
And do some investigating. Like he's going to go and check the drawer. I think is that drawers over there?
That is drawers over there. Yes.
Okay, so he's just going to go through those and just see if there's anything really obvious in there.
Okay.
Any kind of false bottoms? Anything kind of?
Make for me a perception test, please.
Perception test.
That is a nice roll. 18 with 6 stunt points.
Smashed it out of the park.
Wow. Okay, so let me bring up the stunts. You know.
Oh, look at this. Come and have a look at this. So what should I say to Mary?
I shall show that. So, as you are a police officer, you know that there is a large amount of students, well, not a large amount, say 2 students each year go missing. You've done police reports on some of them. Once again, most of the police officers all put down that they decided to go bush. They didn't want to join the military or anything like that, so they've skipped the country with their parents' money, or they've just gone home and their parents have forgotten to inform the police and the university. What you find interesting is every one of the missing students, obviously it hit the newspapers. Those clippings are found in a scrapbook at the bottom of this particular cabinet. And
so does it look like a serial killer's been creating the list, or does it look like someone's investigating stuff?
That you can't quite tell. It doesn't have the hecticness that you would expect from a serial killer in the 1930s. This is very well organised with dates and times and that sort of stuff. There are other bits of information. There's information on different scientific endeavours.
Do I know the stories? Do I know the stuff?
You have been personally involved with a few of these stories
so
yourself.
Is there stuff in there I don't recognise, like new information that I'd have gone, oh, I didn't know this? Or
well, as
I got 6 stunt points,
Yeah, okay, so we can go down to exploration stunts, which is page 5 of these stunts. And yes, you got 6 stunt points. Choose whichever ones you want.
Oh my word. Okay, cool. Swift nothing. Theory, action, move constants, content breakout, trap. You can play it, never actually form action.
So I will go to full screen and make this a nice big list for all of the viewers.
Follow the pattern.
So that's 5.
Interesting. Breakthrough investigation. That's got to be it, surely.
Okay, 5. Perfect. You still have 1.
Yep. And what's the other ones? Assist at your actions, help one of your allies. Yeah, that could be handy for whatever she's going to do next.
Okay.
Wearing. Yeah, I think that makes sense, actually. I like
Assist.
It. Assist a little +1 and yeah.
So you are very familiar with the missing persons. That's why this case has crossed your path. You know missing persons. This is your specialty. You specialise in finding people, getting them medically back up and running, that sort of stuff. It's what Robert likes to do. These ones here, they are all of the males who have gone missing. There have been a few females. There was even one African-American kid who went missing. Those papers are not in there. So none of the females that went missing, and yeah, the little African-American thing, that was big news because he was one of the first African-Americans to actually join the university. There was uproars and all that sort of stuff, being the 1930s. Mm-hmm. That case is not in there. It's only the case, the only students that have made it into the scrapbook were all very physically empowered white boys who were playing, the rugby captain, or this is...
Yeah, the jocks.
So, the jocks, basically. They were all the jocks. There was, of one very weedy, very sickly kid who made it into the university who vanished. This kid is not in that paperwork. It strikes you as there is very much a pattern to these. These are all kids who fit a very specific mould are listed there.
Okay. Did he teach these kids?
Yes, all of them were in his class.
Okay, so he would.
That is one thing with the notes. It had on the paperwork, so you lift one of the scraps of newsprint up, and behind it, it has his SAT scores, as well as his track and field scores, and his brief note on his latest medical exam.
So it's a wee bit more like studying someone rather than just making notes.
It is, yes.
Right, okay. So I'll show Mary this and say, hey, look, this is...
Mary is very interested. So would Mary like to sift through some of the paperwork that he has?
Yes.
She is looking.
So a forensics? Not a forensics, or is it? It's more of an intelligence role, I guess.
It would just perception roll. Okay, that is not as good, but it's still a pass. In fact, it is more of a pass because don't forget
she has +1.
She has a +1, so that is a 13.
Nice.
So she is sifting through all of the paperwork, and in it, she is finding dates of people's death and locations of graves.
Hey, Richard, do you know these people?
He's like, yeah,
Richard?
a lot of them, even. Robert. He's like, yep, a lot of them died of natural causes.
They did?
They did.
So did they all die of the same natural cause?
No, this person was killed in a car accident. This person died of, natural causes, as in it wasn't malicious deaths.
Yeah, okay, no unusual circumstances.
Well, one unusual thing is, once again, all of these people are, they died young and they died healthy. None of them died of any diseases.
Oh.
One of them did have a stroke, and there is a big question mark next to his name. However, yep.
Does this look like someone is, again, investigating or knows way more information?
The notes look more investigative.
Okay.
So you can see notes on what the autopsy report should have looked for, what sort of death it was. That is why the person with a stroke, or brain aneurysm, sorry, not a stroke, there is a big question mark next to it with a little note saying brain death or brain incapacitated.
Okay.
And
strange. So what sort of doctor was he?
He was a biology and general physicist. So he wasn't the lead physicist. He was like the second tier helping someone, but he was the lead biologist. He actually taught a little bit of forensics, so he did teach the police force a little bit on modern forensics.
Can I use my forensic skills here in any way with this information?
With this, yes, actually, you can. Roll a forensic test for me. Okay, that generates 2 stunt points. So have a look at the exploration stunts, and that will be a success. So I will pull up the... I've got to remember, it's player handouts, not...
Yeah, I never close it. I should just pop it out and then pop it back in again.
That's probably wise.
Yeah. 2, efficiency, flashback investigation. Mine's just something important to help your investigation during a new lead, draw from your history during or before the character started playing. Could I use that?
You could, actually. So...
insight, mislead. No, I think that's a good one. Yeah.
Okay, so this is Mary. She joined in with the police force on some of the forensic lessons that Dr. East taught. She remembers him as being very, very, very interested in the dead. So he found more joy in examining the dead than he did in examining the living. He also went on about electrodes inside the bloodstream and how, like, she remembers looking at a dead person, he attached some jumper leads to the person's arm and the arm started twitching even though it was
Frankenstein's
dead.
Monster.
Yeah, so with that, she flips through and the person who died in a car crash lost his arm. And you can actually see "must find arm" written next to it. And then little notes based on, I wonder if the brain is what is controlling the electrics. This would be a good test to see. If the arm is severed, will it still, react to an electrical pulse?
Okay, cool. This is now getting weird. Okay. Well, I don't know if we can. I don't. Is there anything else?
Not really. The piano does have a bit of dust over it, so it doesn't look like it's been used very often. And the fireplace looks like it was lit about 3 or 4 days ago and is empty. Well,
So there's no smouldering embers.
There is not.
And is that a what's that now?
That there.
Wander over to this. See what that is.
That's a liquor cabinet.
Oh, does it look like any glasses there and clean dirty
there
glasses?
Are clean glasses. There is a whiskey bottle on a thing in there that is about half full. You see some nice wines in there and some other alcohol. Pretty much everything other than the whiskey bottle is originally sealed. Some of them date back to, like one of them you do recognise. The school gives it out to their staff on their first anniversary, and he's been there 10 years. So this bottle has been left unopened for 9 years.
Right. Okay. He's not a wine drinker.
He's not a wine drinker.
As Robert stood next to that lemon tree, he's going to have a quick nosy at it. Is there anything weird going on with it?
It is really well curated. The lemon tree it's very, very well put together. Basically, it's surprising. You don't see many lemon trees growing inside, and those that do look wilted and don't grow very big. This one is full of lemons and it's winter. There is no sun in.
And it's cold.
It is. And yet this thing is producing lemons inside.
Okay. Can I grab one of the lemons off and pull it off?
You can indeed. And it is very bitter. Well, it's very lemony, sour.
Okay. Strange. I'm going to pocket this lemon.
Fair enough.
It's kind of weird. Okay, let's keep going. I don't know if there's much else in this room that's kind of giving us quite a bit of information. So we're going to take a mooch over.
Yep.
Oh, can I grab it? Yeah, I can grab both. Yes, look at me going driving my characters now.
Nice.
Yes, right into here.
Okay.
What is this?
This here is the hallway with the stairs up. So this leads up to the bedroom. Once again, 2 lemon trees. You can also, I don't know if that is a door. Nope. You can also see an entrance into the dining room and an entrance into his main study.
This hall, the archways again.
Yes. No doors, which is rather weird.
So, obviously the lemon trees are a bit weird.
Lemon trees do seem a bit weird, yeah.
Yeah. Is there any reason that these guys would go, lemon trees indoors? And is there anything I can do to kind of go, oh, that's weird? Like, can I do I've got nothing like this as a test, you see? Like a history test or a weird things happening test?
Well, yeah, it isn't so much a test. It's you just, what do you want to do with lemon trees? You've already pulled a lemon off and tasted one.
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm just trying to think of anything that's weird that would go, oh, that's, I've heard about this before, or why would someone have so many lemon trees in their house? Test.
I would say you do remember something as a kid, because you guys grew up before the Great War. Electricity was just first being introduced into a lot of homes. At high school, you remember the electric potato.
Oh, yeah.
And you sort of wonder, there's no electricity in the house, but there's electricity going to the house, and there's a lot of lemon trees.
That's weird. Okay. I don't know what I can do with that information, but okay, cool. Thanks. Let's go into this room.
Cool. In here, you find a dining room. Once again, I will light up everything.
You just want to show off your lighting effects, don't you?
I do. So you light the candles, and you can see a very sparse table set for one. There's not even any spare chairs set around the place.
Oh, what's happened here? Oh, okay. There's no spare chairs. Oh, okay. That's weird. And what's there? Is that one table? One chair, sorry.
One table seating with one chair in it. Behind him is a cabinet that has all the crockery in it.
Has anyone been sat at this table recently? Like the table, the food?
No, there's no food at it. It looks like it's incredibly clean, set up, but no food anywhere.
What's that?
What's what? That is a painting on the wall.
What does it look like?
It is a painting of landscape.
Does it change when I keep staring at it?
No, it doesn't. Not like last week.
Okay, she's going to do a quick check of the cutlery.
Okay.
Cutlery.
The cutlery is all of the same design. There is a cupboard underneath that has the same cutlery but minor wear and tear on it, and it looks like they've been haphazardly put into a cupboard underneath where the actual cutlery is. All the cutlery that is on display and in the cabinet are of immaculate condition.
Okay.
So with that, you can surmise he's a little OCD.
Yes. Any dust? Any fingerprints?
Nope. I mean, probably maybe 2 days worth of light dust. The windows have been opened, so there's a little bit of powdered snow around there.
Oh, the windows are open?
Yes.
Weird. Okay, what's this? Is this a cupboard?
That is a door into the kitchen.
Okay. Does she notice anything weird using her investigation sort of knowledge?
No, everything seems immaculately lit, immaculately put together. Anything that is dirty is put away somewhere where it can't be seen.
Sparse, but yeah. And yes. Windows look like they were opened on purpose.
It does. Yes, it does actually.
And there's no. So it's weird that the windows are open,
especially being winter. Yeah,
cold air in. I'm going to grab one of the windows and try and closing it, just see if it actually moves.
It does in fact close, but there's nothing much you can surmise from that. I'm just going to have to whip off to the Lewis bit, so just investigate.
I should do investigating. I shall sit on the chair and cook myself a meal. It's very exciting. It's very hard to investigate without a GM, though. Just saying. What do we think? Listeners, are we listening still? I can see Chili's noticed that Gordon's a good name. I'm not so sure Gordon's a good name. I think Batman when you say Gordon. And the internet told me Robert. Lucky Die is my name now. So I can't start calling him from now on. What are you playing, Chili? I wonder where he's going. Will he come back? Maybe he's going to get dressed up in some sort of suit. Like turn up in his investigation suit. Or turn up as Batman, maybe. What do you think is going on in this room? That's what I want to know. Should I do some sneaking around without telling him? So what is over here? So go in the kitchen. Have you around.
All right, I am back.
Oh, hi. We thought you might get changed into some sort of outfit.
No.
Come back dressed as a furry or something.
No. No, but it is cold.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking. Yeah. Indeed. Okay, so there's nothing in this room that looks weird. There's nowhere I can investigate and touch. It's very sparse, so
yep.
We'll just keep moving on to the kitchen, I think. Okay, what do we see? What's on the table?
So on the table you can see it looks like a meal that has been prepped. I just reactivating all lights in the house. It looks like it was sitting there waiting for something else to be cooked, and you notice in the oven, once again, a fire oven, not so, a whatever it is called.
Interesting.
Yep.
An Argo almost or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. And whatever was in there kind of burnt a little bit. Possibly the windows were open to get the smell of burning out.
Ah, interesting. Okay. That makes sense.
So, yeah, you can't really... I mean, it was a few days ago. This meal has been burnt and left in there. The table was set, and it looks like the remains of another meal were left sitting there. Not another meal, the add-on to the meal. So, effectively, you've got a pot there with some potatoes and vegetables in it, and the meat has been burnt rather badly. It looked like it was still probably salvageable, but it was just left in the oven.
What's that? What's that on the left-hand side?
That there is some tools, cooking tools.
Oh, I see. Yeah. And what are these things in the corner there?
They are just sacks of different things. Like you got a sack of onions, a sack of parsnip, a sack of potatoes, and then a small sack of garlic.
Oh, excuse me. Anything weird like dust or anything like that under the table?
No.
If I move one of the pots, do I see anything weird?
Not at all, actually. Everything looks immaculate. No sign of struggle, weird. No sign of misuse, no sign of anything.
Okay. Let's continue on.
Yep.
Can you continue on into this exciting here? Oh, more stuff. Stuff to investigate.
Yes, so this is his study. You can see books, massive amounts of books, multiple bookcases.
She's going to sit down at his chair.
Well, as you get closer to the chair, you notice a statue of a gargoyle that looks really disturbing.
Oh. Okay. Like quite big?
It does look like, well, yeah, it looks like a large gargoyle that you would expect would be on some sort of Gothic cathedral.
On a church.
But here it is inside somebody's house.
And does it look like it's been there for quite a while?
It does. This thing does look like it's covered in dust.
It's not been dragged in. There's no scuff marks on the floor.
Nope.
It's like repaired or...
Nope, not at all.
Nothing hanging off it, plugged into it?
No.
No hat put on its head?
Nope, nothing plugged into it that you can tell.
Does it feel like it's
but make for me a perception test.
Both of us or just...
whoever wants to have a look.
Well, he's kind of useless, so...
14. So Robert does actually notice, while nothing is plugged into it, you do see some cables hanging from the rear tail, and attached to the cables is a very old green lemon. And another lemon tree, by the way.
Okay, that's not weird. Okay, another tree in the corner there. So there's another tree there, you're saying? Like next on the right-hand side of it, say?
Yeah, so this tree here, just down beneath Robert.
Oh, and that's connected to the gargoyle?
No, there's a lemon connected to the gargoyle. Not a tree, a lemon.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Oh, so it was that potato idea. It's just... You
have a lemon in your pocket?
Yes, true. Maybe I should change over a dead lemon with my new lemon. What's the worst that's going to happen? I'll be like, this is weird. Let's do that. That sounds hilarious. Let's do it.
So you plug it in, and there is a bit of a spark, and the eyes open. It's very startling.
Yes, I can imagine.
It is incredibly startling. But here is something with 14. It is missing its right hand. You also have a look on the table. What is in front of you?
Yes, there's a hand.
There is a hand on a pedestal. Yes.
Yeah. I'm zooming in, so I can't actually... Oh, here we go.
Yes, and you can see the medical dictionary has a hand in it. This gargoyle, missing its right hand, as the eyes open, the hand behind you closes one of its fingers a little.
Oh, this is a cool, fun experiment.
So, I am going to see which particular role this is, because I am still learning the system. Alienation and things. So, this will be an entity's physics. A phenomena test or a revelation. What one do you think this will be? I would say revelation, which will be willpower, self-discipline. Now, this is a minor one, so it's 9. So Mary is unfazed.
That's fine. And so you only get some stunt points too.
These ones don't generate stunt points, I'm sorry.
Oh,
yep.
Robert's just wasting stunt points.
I know, 6 stunt points again. So both of you are a little startled with it, but not enough to actually start going a little cray-cray.
He's been to the war, he's seen things.
He has seen things. He has not quite seen a gargoyle missing a hand with a lemon plugged into its tail, moving its eyes and moving a hand, but...
Yeah, that's a bit different. She can she understand the book? Like she's gonna read the book?
She can make a forensic roll for me.
Oh, nice.
Oh, easy.
For
Absolutely nice. Easy. She recognises this here is it's about a 20-year-old encyclopedia. You can see scraps written alongside of it with like there's a couple of different things in there that have notes next to it, basically questioning the validity of that statement. Other things there with some more notes added onto it, and it does make a lot of sense. Basically, this guy is going through a very, like the encyclopedia itself is 20 years old. A lot of the information dates back to ancient Greek and ancient Roman. There's quite a decent section written by Da Vinci with all the autopsies he done. And yeah, you see basically Dr. West sees himself as kind of a Da Vinci type thing. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the notes are written around Da Vinci. A lot of them are either expanding on something Da Vinci wrote or are taken into question whether the guy was as good as everyone says he was.
And what he's writing makes sense, or is it all?
It does actually. Ravings? A lot of it is more scientific theory. Da Vinci never had electricity to work with. He only had dead cadavers that he could, unearth himself to work from. There wasn't the scientific minds that we have these days. Yeah.
True.
But
I'm going to unplug the lemon.
You unplug the lemon?
Yes, because it's freaky.
Yep. As you do it, the left hand opens up and a key drops out.
Oh. That's hilarious. Pick up the key.
Excellent.
What does it look like, this key? Is it like an old key?
It looks like a really old skeleton key, but most skeleton keys, as you know, are sort of one side. This is a double-bladed skeleton key.
Okay, so it's quite big then.
It is quite big, yes. And it has a pneumatic reference on it.
Which is?
Which is make an intelligence roll.
So I've got nothing much there too. Forensics would help with this?
No, this will be general intelligence, but that is more than enough. Mary is super knowledgeable about this. This is a cataloguing system. That particular number on the key refers to generally a Dewey system, but this is a lot smaller than what a large library would have as a Dewey system.
Okay. Have I seen this before anyway?
You haven't seen this particular catalogue system, but you do see 4 large bookcases in front of you.
Right, okay. And there's markings on them?
There are numbers referring to things written on there. So there are not so much stickers. I don't know if stickers existed in the thing, but there are bits of paper.
Brass. There's brass things, don't they?
Stamped brass things. So each shelf has its own stamped brass plaque on the bottom.
Hey, Robert, go over that. Take that key over to that. Because obviously Robert was holding the key, so Robert can go wander over there and have a nosy.
Yep. So
is there skeleton key holes in there, or
you see the particular shelf that it goes on, and you see the books all aligned. There are a few gaps in it, but it is C1 B C1 S2 B 23. So shelf 1,
that shelf,
or bookcase 1, shelf 2. The 23rd book. As you pull it, slide it out, there is in fact a little keyhole behind the book.
Okay. Hey, Mary, have a look at this. Slips the key into the hole.
And coming from the hallway, you hear a clicking sound.
Oh. How interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? I'm going to pull my revolver.
Yep.
Mary is going to. I don't know if has he got pistols? Oh, both got guns.
Both of you have a pistol. He has a rifle, Remington, lock rifle.
Yep. Yeah,
she has a revolver.
Okay, let's both pull the guns because random clicking noises, which will probably be a door, but hey, that's not. Mr. West did go, Mr. East did disappear, so let's still be a little bit wary. There's nothing else in this room.
Not a lot else, no. Okay. This is the most untidy of all the rooms. You can see books lying on the ground.
Does it look untidy, or does it look like someone's messed it all up?
Looks more like someone has been frantically reading and putting things down. So, you read a piece of paper, you put it down, read.
Yep. It's not like stuff everywhere. It's just like,
it's not stuff everywhere. It's organized chaos, and everything seems to be in set piles.
And it's all on the same sort of information as well.
There is all sorts of stuff. Most of it is medical. A lot of it does have electrical, scientific workings on it. And there is lots of notes on all sorts of stuff. There is also, that particular book you pulled out was Shirley Basty's Frankenstein.
Oh, okay. I'm going to pocket the book as well because I'm going to look in here and then might have a quick check through the book, see if he's made any notes in it.
Yep.
But we're going to have a nose and see what this click was first.
Okay, so you notice behind the staircase another bookcase.
Ah, look at that over there. And let's go wander over together.
Yep.
And let's open it up.
Okay, the books are glued in.
Does it look like there's any markers on the floor? Like it's a big doorway?
Looks like there is a little bit of scraping on the floor.
Can we pull the whole thing?
You can. It actually swings open very easily. And with that, you see a staircase heading downstairs, which is interesting. This house does not have a downstairs, according to the local government.
Plans, whatever. Yep. Is it lit down there?
It is. Not only that, you hear the ominous sound of electricity buzzing.
Oh, that's interesting. Let's go downstairs.
Okay, so we'll move one at a time. And you see she vanished. They move, and she vanished. And then we go activate.
You're getting really showy offy. Oh, brilliant.
Look at that. So this, seems everything here is lit by actual electricity. You can also see a couple of graves. Having a look at the plaques on it, you do recognize these graves as the very graves of the some of the people who were buried up. Or dug up, or buried, basically. These belong to some of the people who died.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, sorry, from the accidents. Okay,
yes.
Excellent. Okay. Do they have parts missing from their bodies?
No, most of them are skeletons.
That's what I mean. So have they got missing parts from their skeletal bodies?
Some of them do. You can see a nice pile of bones on this table here, including a jawbone.
Does it look like anyone's been down here recently?
Well, make for me a perception hearing test. Look at that.
OMG. I've just rolled 3 6s.
You have indeed. You can hear the distinct sound of scraping coming from the northeast, coming from this direction.
Does it sound like a large animal scraping? I've got lots of stunt points, so I might just make it. Must be really annoying for you this game because I'm actually just rolling.
You are doing incredibly well.
Because normally at some point I fail stuff and then it all goes bad.
Yeah, you haven't failed a single thing yet.
No, it's very strange.
That's right.
I'm scared actually. I'm sure something will happen right at the end. It'll be amazing until the end, and then I'll die. I haven't got the stunts book. 1 second. Is there stunts I can do out of this, or not really? Is it just a?
This was
just a pure.
Yeah, this one was more a thing. You could possibly pull out the exploration stunts if you wanted.
I just need to bring up the stunts thing again because I closed it.
I will go. You've got it.
Oh, where is it? I must have.
There we go.
Aha. Right. Let's see if there's anything interesting to do out of this amazing roll.
So this is exploration stunts.
Breakthrough investigation. Ready for action. Maybe ready for action.
Yep. So that's 4.
Insight, performing logical processes. You can such gain. No, I can't really do that. Flashback. Efficiency. Your action takes half as much time and resources. And normal doesn't really help us all, does it? No. Wariness is probably the best one, isn't it?
Which one is that, sorry?
You remain alert for your possible consequences of your action. You gain +1 bonus per SP spent, just a stub point spent, to next test to avoid any negative results.
Okay.
I'm thinking that's a goodie.
So you're using 2 for wariness and 4 for ready for action.
Yeah, which is what's that? That's another action breaks in location. You gain an extra minor action you use before anyone else acts it. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. There you go.
Excellent.
All right. Oh, she's amazing. She can do the step forward. So which room does it sound like it's coming from?
So it seems to be coming from up there. With that particular test, you also do notice that there are scrape marks coming into that door. There are not scrape marks coming into the door from the north. So scrape marks as in someone has been dragged, this dirt here that's come out of a coffin, someone has been dragged through the door, or something has been dragged through the door.
So as he's got tactics,
yes,
would he be a good person to use now to work out the best plan for this, as he's an ex-army and all that?
Yep. What does tactics give you?
I don't know. This is what I was asking. I was hoping you'd know, because if I click on it, all it does is roll dice. You might find it faster than me as a...
okay. So you right-click on it and you can go edit, and that will tell you. So understanding and applying strategies for military, law enforcement, or other groups that employ organised force. So with that, you know how to breach, basically.
Well, that's what I'm thinking then. Okay, so that's probably what we're going to take this as a situation that we have to breach. He's been an ex-cop as well, so, or as a cop, he'll probably know.
I can smell something burning.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's not your foot, is it?
No, it's rubber.
What's that? Oh, cars?
Yeah, we have had a lot of boy races around here.
Could be cars doing wheel spins outside.
But I don't feel any heat, so I don't think it's coming from in here. I hope it's not coming from in here.
It's not the cat's made of fire.
No, it's not a cat.
Okay, so he's going to use his... So he'll take over the situation, I guess, is the thinking here.
Okay, is he coming in with his pistol or his rifle?
Is there enough space for his rifle? I reckon his rifle could be a good one. But does it work short distance as rifle? How does it work?
It does.
It works fine. Okay, let's go. Let's pull rifle. I reckon
cool. So with the long arm, with the rifle thing, you can basically use, if I activate it for you, equipment, studs, talents. Here we go. Rifle style. Open it up. Go to modifiers. Okay, I'm going to add. No, I can't. You would have to open it yourself. I'm sorry, but basically, what it says is you have drilled setting up your shot. You can take the aim action and brace action at the same time with the rifle for a single minor action. So they've added a new version of aim. Aim is obviously how aim works.
Gives you a +1, doesn't it? Yeah.
Brace also gives you a +1. So you can brace the item against something, but both of them take a minor action. For you, it now takes a minor action to be able to do both at once. So effectively, when you use the aim talent, you are able to get +2 on your attack roll, which makes up for the fact that you have pistols, which will give you a +2, and now your rifles give you a +2 as long as you aim.
Okay, well let's do that then. That's how we're going to enter.
Excellent.
We're fully prepared for action.
So you breaching the door?
Breach. Yep.
You storm yourself into the door and find yet another door. In here, you find lots more coffins. You find a whole heap of tools for dissecting bodies, all that sort of stuff. You also mysteriously find some chains on the ground.
Blood and stuff on the chains?
Yes, dried blood on the chains.
Can I tell how long it's been there?
Make a forensic test for me. Oh, easy. This blood is not old enough to be completely dry. It is still... It goes
black, doesn't it? Blood.
It goes, black after a thing, so it still has a red tinge to it. And if you lick your finger and sort of wet it a bit, it does still remain tacky. So you would guess that it is no more than 5 days old.
Is that a hole in that corner there?
That there is a pile of bones in amongst a whole heap of sandstone and that sort of stuff.
Oh, okay.
It is not a hole in the ground, no.
No, I didn't. I was just checking it wasn't a hole. Okay.
Well, sandstone, I'd actually more say salt. Basically, you can see some bones bleaching in a large pile of salt.
I got you. Okay. So being prepared to work on or something like that.
Yes.
Does it all like human bones?
It does, in fact, look all human, yes.
And there's a nice human skull there as well. Okay.
Yep, on top of a table with some weird glowing doohickeys on it.
That scratching noise?
The scratching noise is still there. It did stop when you kicked the door open.
Yep.
However, you can hear it scratching a bit more.
Okay, so is there anything else in this room? Is that a box there to investigate?
The box, when you open it up, this is the first sign of non-humanoid bones. You notice what look like feline and canine bones all through it.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
What's
and
that?
on the that is a canopic jar.
What is that?
Canopic jar is what Egyptians used to bury their dead in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So basically an urn full of ashes.
Brilliant. Okay. And it's full of ashes?
It is full of ashes.
Are there any books or anything down here?
There are no books down here. Looks like this is not the bookcase. There are a lot of chemicals spread along the table, as well as a nice big magnifying glass. And as you can see on the table, if you zoom in, you see an orange.
Oh. Can I see any power cables anywhere?
There are no direct power cables that you can see. However, this room is once again powered, but you can hear a huge buzzing coming from the north of you.
Where is it powered from above? Is it just a light from above?
A light from above, yes.
Okay. Does it look like it's been jury-rigged in, or does it look like it's kind of relatively, like, kind of follows
pretty poorly put together? Very badly.
Where do the cables go to?
The cables go to the under the house. The way the steps worked, you would say this is about... Like if it was floor to floor, floor to ceiling, it will be a 12-foot stud. This is only an 8-foot, so you can assume that there is probably 4 feet of earth above you.
Okay.
Or crawl space or something like that.
It could be powered from the oranges and apples that are in those trees as well.
Well, make for me an investigation, a perception roll. You can use intelligence if you wish.
Oh, intelligence is higher.
Okay, roll intelligence then. It's higher. You basically pull up the flooring. There's wood slates on the flooring, and you do in fact see the places where you would expect the lemons to come from. There are cables plugged into them. There is also a mass amount of cables and a huge junction where the actual power should be. But it seems that the power is being routed into the bottom of the lemons. Whether it is drawing power or providing power, you do not know.
Okay, cool. That's also weird. All right, cool. Using my knowledge of forensics, would I know what the chemicals are and stuff in this?
Formaldehyde, all that sort of embalming fluids.
Yeah, yep. Okay, cool.
There is also some other chemicals. I cannot remember what they are, so let me just pop something out so the people cannot see, and therefore you cannot see. And then
I've done it. All I do is I look at the people. I'm zoomed in, so I can't see anything else.
No, that's all good. So that's just popped straight in. So let's see. You can see dextrose. What is it? Dextrose.
Dextrose, yeah.
Dextrose, okay. Yes. It's a chemical, quite well labelled. You can see many vials of different blood, and you can see jumper leads attached. They look a little different to what you would expect. Jumper leads, not powering a car or something like that. They seem to have very large metal pads on them.
Oh, like you'd put onto a body to jump them.
Like a defibrillator. However, there only came out in, after Vietnam?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So...
Interesting.
It's not something you have ever heard of before.
Yes. Okay. What's that? That room, what is that? Is that like a...
Well, there are power cables leading to it, and these seem to be large glowing blue lights of some sort. You cannot
Can I put my lemon
tell.
that I picked up upstairs into that lemon holder?
You can indeed, and they do change a slight different colour.
Is it hollow? Is it solid? What is it?
What do you mean? Is it solid?
What is it? Anyway, did you say it's a table or something?
Well, it seems to be a large concrete marble type slab that has electricity running into it. You honestly don't know what it is.
And can I tap the lights, like the blue lights? What
you sort of get a spark when you touch them. Not like a physical spark, but you know how you rub a cat the wrong way and you get a shock from it.
Static.
Yes.
Okay. I'll take my lemon away again.
So, yeah, it goes back to blue.
Wow. Okay. I'm keeping this lemon because lemon's been handy. Wow. I've got no information whatsoever so far, really. So let's do the same act again.
Yep.
Oh. We'll do the breach again because we're still here scratching.
You can indeed. So you walk in. This room has many cables heading towards it. Not only that, can they see? Okay, you may be able to see the top two creatures.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, but your characters can't. They are technically hidden. You just can see them as your DM.
DM, yeah.
Yep. What you do see is Dr. East lying slumped in the corner with a large gash on his chest. And a book open on his work table.
So being the medic guy, I reckon he's going to wander over and actually check him out.
Okay. Make for me a first aid test. So, first aid test, I will go to... Where did I put this? I put it under rules reference.
My medicine, or is that more of a knowledge thing than a...
So I'm showing with you the actions. In there, you can see one that says heal. So this is a TN11 medicine test. If you succeed, your ally regains health equal to your intelligence +1. They then lose the unconscious condition.
I've got medicine as well, which is handy.
You do indeed.
Yes. My word.
Okay. So, sorry, what was the...
15.
It was, they get intelligence of, what is your intelligence?
2.
2 +1, so 3 plus your medicine, so 4, 5. So he gets 5 hit points back, putting him to 6 hit points. And he loses the unconscious trait. He sort of starts waking up. He looks a little weary, very bloodshot eyes.
Calm him. Did not.
Yep.
I know. I'm just thinking he's going to come back and see me stood there, but because this guy's going to be massive. He's got fighting of 4, constitution of 3. He's going to be a big, hairy kind of big guy, I imagine.
So, yeah, Dr. East sort of looks up at you and I know you. You're the police captain, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm Robert.
Yeah, okay? Officer Robert. No. What are you doing down here?
You weren't missing. We've been missing for days.
Days?
We're worried about you.
What day is it?
Thursday.
Oh, my God. Okay. Do you see anything around here?
There's nothing. We found some interesting stuff downstairs, but no, there's nothing we've actually found.
Look, I can explain it. I'll explain it to you later. He rushes over to his table and he's flicking through and he's like, please don't, please don't, please don't, please don't, please don't. And then you hear the ominous scratching sounds coming from behind you again. He's like, they're still alive.
What have you been doing? What are you trying to do? What's happening? Do we need to get out of here? Should we just leave?
Yes, we need to get out now.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, as he says that, he takes a step over, and you hear the ominous scratching, and this creature comes out of the light, followed by a second creature glaring at him, specifically at him. So I would like for you to make an entities roll.
So willpower?
It is willpower. I don't know what one, but I don't think either of you have a willpower thing, do you?
No, we've got nothing. No, nothing.
Okay, then it's just straight willpower. And this is 13 and 17. Okay, let me see what the actual creatures say. They say alienation, a TN9 entities. So you both pass.
Nicely. With stunt points. But no
yes, stunt points don't go for alienation tests.
6, 6, and 4. That's ridiculous.
You're doing some amazing rolls.
I've got to keep this up so I don't die.
You do. Basically, these creatures, looking at it, you can tell that they are stitched together from multiple different bodies. You can see electrical probes filled with lemons inside them, attached to various parts of their bodies. And you recognize some of the bodies as you were the one who done the investigation. One of the guys had an army tattoo on his wrist. His father was a sniper in the Great War, so he got a tattoo of his father's unit. Yep. One of the hands, just beneath the cut line, has the exact same tattoo.
You know, I've just watched Jeepers Creepers a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Which is the same thing. It's a guy putting stuff on himself and trying to build people. Kind of weird. And
so, everybody is going to make a...
Robert's just going to say to Dr. East, what have you done?
He's like, I will explain it later. We need to get out of here. Oh, I just rolled everybody. Sorry.
Oh, bro.
I'm sorry. I will tell you what. I will let you.
Wait a minute. No, it's fine. It's fine. Mary and Dr. East, and then, they're Robert's last, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Mary, her turn first.
Oh my word! I don't know what she'd do. Will she just shoot at them? I guess. I don't know. This is a weird situation for somebody who's getting gassed.
Yes. This is a very weird situation. At least she was able to pass the test.
Yes, I suppose she'd be sensible. She did a really good role, didn't she? So
she did.
Can't be. Yeah, she was 17, so she's fine. Can I don't know if we can just run out of the room, or do we have to take them on?
Well, you can run out of the room, but
or can we wing them? Maybe she could try. And
that is completely up to you.
I think she's going to just go and shoot for the face.
Okay.
I think she must just shoot them. An aimed shot.
Aimed. So combat works exactly the same way. Hover over something, press T, open the character sheet, and roll for an attack.
All right.
Don't forget to do aimed.
Yes. Aimed is ticked. Handgun.
Remember, no, not. Actually, yes, she gets that. She gets a success. Robert, remember, he actually gets a bonus minor action before anybody else gets it. Yeah.
True. That saves, does it? That's awesome because he did so well. Okay. Well, she hit. Let's continue on with her anyway because I don't know what else she can do. Really.
Fair enough.
She'll just be panicking.
So you are rolling damage. Apply the damage. So, you shoot and large spurts of blood come out. Dr. East, what Dr. East is doing... No,
because then
Robert is stepping... Sorry, you're right. No, Robert steps in.
He's got his rifle drawn as well, which is handy.
Yep.
Is it automatic, his rifle?
It does have an automatic mode. I would say semi-automatic, not like it's a rifle. It's not it's not.
Yeah, okay. So I'm aiming and I've selected it and I'm shooting.
Okay.
Oh, of all the times to miss is now, bro.
Wait. Why did aim only come up with 1?
I should have been +2.
It should have been a +2. Let me have a look at the talent.
Do I have to tick something else for that, do I?
Modifier. Aim +1. Weird.
Would it have missed still? 10?
No, it shouldn't have missed. Because I think they only have 10.
Is the brace...
Sorry, the defense is 14, so even the brace would not have worked.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
But I don't know why. Activate the rifle modifier and then put on it, I'm going to put test for this item +1 from now on. Because you're bracing.
So I had to do something. I had to press Alt, did I, to add a...
No. It should now be done. If I was to roll that, you will see automatically it has roll bonus +1 because you are bracing it.
You're not allowed to roll that, though, when you actually do attacks, okay?
Okay.
You're not allowed to 6 stun points. That's not allowed.
So that was his special turn for being extra done. Dr. East, he is injured. I will actually give him the injured perk. And with that, he will also get another few items. Wounded is one of them. I've just got to write wounded. And he is wounded level 1, which means he has a -1 to everything. Plus his speed has dropped down by half.
Oh, you really don't like him, do you?
No, well, he's very bad. So he is scraping over to there. That is his turn.
Okay, running away.
Yes. So this one that you shot is going to turn around and target you for shooting him. Whoops, why did I put that in? So he is going to basically try and do a nice big swift kick to you.
Jeez.
4 stunt points. I'm going to knock you prone for a few stunt points. Let's see. Predator. So one of the cool things I like about it is they now have in the NPC sheet, you can open it if you want. They've got combat stunts and they have now a list of different stunts that these creatures would generally try and go with. So they are going to use Mighty Blow, which will be for 2, and then Knock Prone for 2 as well. So with that, I will roll damage, and I'll roll an extra 1d6. 13 points of damage. That drops you down to quite a large amount. Now they are going to get his special ability, which is Bite of Opportunity. It says here, once per round, the Nash may make a Bite of Opportunity as a free action against a target with the prone or defenseless condition. You are now prone because I knocked you down. This, however, does not generate stunt points.
Still hurts, though.
It still hurts. Well, it's 1d6.
Oh, Jesus. He's dead. He's down, isn't he?
No, he has 2 hit points left.
Oh, how's that work then?
Because you take your constitution.
Constitution, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
So you reduced it by 3 both times because this is not penetrating damage.
Yep.
Okay, he's down to 2 stunt points.
And now the overgassed.
No, it is his turn.
Oh, was that his free action, was it? Okay.
That was a free, yep.
So, can I aim from prone?
I would say if you wanted to use your minor action to aim, you could, but you are still bracing the weapon, so you get a +1 on that. And remember, heal for you is a minor action.
Oh, true. Okay, so I'll heal myself first then.
Okay, roll a medicine test for me. Oh, just.
Was it? Okay.
Absolutely just, but you get 5 hit points back, so you go up to 7 hit points. So that is your minor action. Now you can shoot.
So do I click on aim or not? Don't need to.
No, you don't need to. The brace is automatically there. To deactivate brace, simply unequip by clicking the shield. Miss.
And it's shocking. Yeah, no, see, this is where I knew this would happen as soon as I get into this situation.
So that is a miss. Why is it a miss? Did you?
It's 14, isn't it? So it's nowhere near.
I'm just wondering, 9. It says +1 this roll. Why are you... Because if I click it, see I've got roll bonus.
Rifle. It's rifle, isn't it? Attack rifle, yeah.
Yeah, why are you not getting the roll bonus? I'll let you roll that again.
Wait a minute. How about that?
That's weird. It's not working for you.
I clicked on the equip button this time, but...
I don't know. I really don't know, but you missed.
Penalty convert attack to damage trade-off. Penalty converted to damage.
Right, the other gash is going to charge over and attack Mary, as Mary did attack her. And this is going to do its brawling kick as well. And that is a miss. So, Mary, it is her turn.
She might as well shoot this guy here. I'm just very concerned about Robert, that's all. I feel like he's not going to survive next round. Okay, cool. Can't do much about it. Same again. Aimed.
Sweet. Wow. You were doing so well with the rolls.
I know, but this is what's going to happen, isn't it? This is typical.
Okay, Dr. East, he actually pulls something from under the shelf and he throws it. So I'm going to do an accuracy test for him. Does he throw it well enough? No, he doesn't. He basically throws it and it effectively hits there. It is going to do a nice explosion of there, which does not hit anybody. He is pretty terrible. And he just keeps swearing and swearing. He is freaking out. So, Gash, the one attacking Robert, it is his turn. He is going to attack you once again. Brawling kick. That is a success. Now, here is something that you can do. You've got your bonds, right? One of your bonds for this particular guy is he is the community protector. So his defense is currently 13. All you need to do is drop my attack by 2 to make that a miss.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yes, so you can
social.
Yep, so you could drop your social bonds for the encounter down by 2. Basically, your training kicks in, and you're able to use your social bonds to reduce my attack, so it misses.
I might better off attacking this guy with a knife.
You may be.
As well. Got a +4 fighting.
You may be. Well,
I don't know what damage it does, but...
It is Robert's turn. So I'm going to assume you rolled there.
What's the damage like on the knife?
I believe it is 1d6. Let me have a look-see. The damage is 1d6 plus 4 impact wound damage.
Just close my character. I don't know what that was. Robert, come back, bro, come back. Wow. And what's the damage on a rifle? Although I can't hit with a rifle, so maybe I'll just do fighting.
3d6.
The knife. 3D, oh, it's way higher, isn't it?
3d6 plus 2, and your handgun should be 2d6 plus 2.
I'm going to shoot the rifle again. How bad can I? I can't do 3 misses in a row. Surely not. Aim. As a minor, I guess.
Yep. You have to target. It doesn't really matter. It's the same one.
Still getting +1, but I didn't miss anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, no, because it's 14 you need to get. For some reason, it still isn't putting the +1 for brace, which will put it to 13. You only need 1 more to get it done. You have 1 more on your personal bond as the police protector.
Okay, so if I bump that one gives me +1 on my head.
Yep.
I see. Okay, well, that's exciting.
Yes. So by doing that, you're basically adding... Yeah, you don't generate stun points, I'm sorry, but you will be able to get 3d6 damage.
Some damage into him at least. Still rolling really low, which is bad.
Well, this drops him down quite significantly. So that does hit him. And that
blood.
that becomes the other Gash's turn. The other Gash, after missing, he turns around and he is charging good old Doctor here. So he is moving. Did you want to make an attack of opportunity?
For sure, yes. Just a handgun shot, yeah?
Just a handgun shot, yes. Won't generate stunt points.
Can't
and it misses. No, you can't.
No. Just when it actually matters.
So this guy here, he is going to do a brawling kick on the good Doctor. Look at that, 2 stunt points. I am going to use Mighty Blow, which will do 1d6 damage. And I'm going to apply that damage to the Doctor. The Doctor is down. Okay, Mary, her turn.
You know, I was just thinking, I just keep missing slightly, don't I? I've got my material personal pistol, 2.
You do?
To spend.
Yeah.
Should have been spending those, shouldn't I? If I'm just one short or something.
You could. That's what they're there for.
I've just lost my, one of my random screens has dropped off. 1 second, Rando. Oh. That's better. All right. Sorry, I'm going to blow out your ears. So who is it? It's Mary.
It is Mary's turn.
Mary's been pretty useless, but, you know, good name.
Well, she was good for everything up to here.
Yeah, but now can't hit a brick wall.
No.
And I can't even add anything to that. It's too far away.
It is too far away, yes.
Why? Because my rolling's gone to pants now. That's why. Your go.
It is my go. So, Dr. East is down. This Gash, he is going to take a bite. I'm going to make you not prone because I assumed you rolled into a good position. He is going to try and do a brawling kick. That is a success with 3 stunt points. I am going to use those stunt points to knock you prone, and then I'm going to push you back 1. So I'll do straight damage. 12 points of damage. Is that enough? That knocks him to unconscious.
He's dead.
He's not dead. He's unconscious. There is a difference.
I know, but yeah, sure. But I don't see Mary getting out of this because she can't shoot stuff. So.
The other Gash, he is actually numbing down on the good Doctor. Now, they do have an ability, I think. No, they don't have. Basically, he is numbing down, and with that, you can see the wounds are starting to heal. So he gets 2 hit points.
Excellent.
So that is Mary, your turn.
Okay, come on, Mary. Let's see if we can miss again, because that's what we're doing now. It's our new thing.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, finally. No stunt points though, but okay.
Well, you say no stunt points. If you were to give yourself 1 on the 5 to make it a 6, that would generate 2 stunt points.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do that because she has 2 to spare, so she's not.
Okay, so drop it down by 1, and yes, you get 2 stunt points, which is enough for a lethal blow if you mighty blow.
Which he's not far away from being destroyed, is he, as well?
He is not. He only has 12 hit points, so that would be 3d6 plus 3 damage. You can get 12 out of that.
Wow. Any normal person can, but I'm
True.
not sure what minimum. Stunt damage. So what do I do? 1d6.
So right click and go 1d6 stunt damage.
1d6.
Yep. What's happened?
I don't know. I've used up all my dice at the beginning.
Okay, that does generate a bunch more stuff. The next... What? There we go. So it is this gash. This gash is going to... It walks up to Robert and sniffs him. He seems to groan a bit, so it bypasses Robert. It is going to climb over here and also start feeding, giving him another 2 hit points as well. So they're feeding on the doctor.
Thank you for not killing me this round. That's good of you.
Next gash is healing another 2 hit points. They are basically, they're addicted to dead bodies. They are loving their healing, which gives it Mary's turn.
Come on, Mary, let's do this again. Come on, let's get some stomp points. No, that's even worse, actually.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean...
That's almost a fail.
These 2 guys are focusing on eating the doctor. You have noticed that they are missing Robert, because Robert, technically, next turn he will die, because he has a constitution of 3, so he remains bleeding out for 3 turns. You can get Mary to use her...
might go over and help out.
Yep. So get her to move over as her minor action. We'll ignore the fact that you shot. Get her to go over and roll a medicine test.
She doesn't have that, but
just straight intelligence. It's an 11. It is a pass.
Jesus. She's got 2 intelligence.
So 2 intelligence gives him 3 hit points. He is sitting on 3 hit points. He does have the wounded condition. So
can he do something to himself? Can he use his own medicine on himself once already? Isn't
he will be able to, but he is a bit groggy. I'm also going to give him a maimed condition. So it looks like when they kicked him in the knee. He has a very, very bad knee.
Okay. Can we do some checking around this room, Mary?
Probably not in combat time.
Is there anything I can use as like do an area of effect attack on these guys? Like chuck something at them? Is there any flames?
You honestly cannot see anything in this room that would do that. And I don't believe you have anything. But, okay, make for me a forensic test.
No, I now roll a fucking 21.
Oh, wow.
I hate you guys. I can't believe I rolled that. That's ridiculous.
After all the combat rolls being less than 10 to get that. Wow. Okay, you do see that this large tank in the middle is full of a liquid that is often used in embalming that has to be kept away from many other chemicals because it is, in fact, very flammable. And you have a lighter.
Lighter. So... I'm just thinking, how big is it? Is it like massive?
It's big enough that there is actually a 3rd body inside it.
Oh Jesus! Okay, I need to get Robert out because this is a table, isn't it? This thing over here.
That is a table. Another one of those weird
I need to get
tables.
Robert on that. I need to get Robert on that table. Somehow, can you just sit on that table? Get out of the way.
He can. Yep.
Yep.
So we're going to end combat because basically you can see these guys are eating the thing. They are ignoring you. They are eating the dead. But as they eat, they heal up.
I'm thinking going on this side.
Yep.
Chucking my lighter in there and then kicking it towards these guys. And then meanwhile jumping onto the table out of the way. So just make the floor fire. That's what I'm thinking.
The floor is lava.
Yep. And then jumping on here until it burns itself out. Yeah.
Okay, I want you to do an initiative roll, so dexterity roll.
How bad can it be?
Well, I have to be over 11. Okay, easy peasy.
And some points too. Yeah.
So you are able to jump over to there. The fire basically stretches out to that way there. And all of that is on fire. These creatures here start taking, let's say, 3d6 penetrating fire damage. That is 10 points each. So I'm going to... Oh, look, that one's actually dead because it only had a little bit left. And what about this one here? This one here is dropped down. That's dead as well. Basically, you burnt them both. However, The fire is not going out.
Yeah. I did wonder that as I did it, but I was like, no, I need to kill these guys. Okay. Interesting. It's not rolling away down into the dirt because it's a dirt floor, isn't it? So it doesn't roll away.
No, this is a marble floor.
Oh, it's a marble floor.
Yeah.
Okay, I misunderstood that. Okay, cool. That's a problem.
Yeah. So
this marble table I'm on here.
Yep.
Is it movable? Could I use it to kind of
No, it is solid. I mean, you can try strength might test, but this will be in strength might 19.
Matey Boy's quite good, but he's a bit weak because he's hurt.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, he'll be taking a -2 on it because of his leg.
Yeah. Does it look like it's going to burn out if we wait long enough?
The way it's burning, no, and it's starting to get pretty toxic.
Excellent. I might kill myself. Excellent. Can I use one of these metal containers to get into, to kind of use one of those to move stuff across? Is there anything I can put on top of it that's not going to burn?
I would say that one is a possible no. That one is a yes. At the moment, you can see the fire hasn't reached that door.
Oh, true. Okay, let's get over there then. I didn't actually forget about that door. That was lucky. Okay. So let's go and hobble around the fire and go to that door.
Okay, cool.
Hobble, hobble, hobble.
So yeah,
hobble,
half
hobble.
speed because of the hobbling.
Yeah, Jesus. Oh, slow ass. Come on, bro, you got this. Trying to step on the fire and die. Come in here and then shut the door.
And then shut the door, and this is where all the books are kept. This is the library.
Ah.
Yeah. You did pass a book over there. The book that is on the table,
I did think about
that's
evidence.
burnt.
Yeah, I did think about evidence, but I was like, I need to live, so.
Fair enough.
Just looking here, open this door here. Where's the fire?
So you can see the fire has started to spread because these doors were left open. So this other room is fully engulfed now. This room, the wood is starting to burn. Yes.
Let's just get out of here, guys.
So this will basically be an acrobatics test, dexterity acrobatics of about 11 to not trip up over burning wood.
Well, okay. Did it?
No, Robert didn't. Remember, Robert's got a -2.
A -2? Can he use any of his... No, he's used up all his stunts and stuff, hasn't he?
However, what stunts does Mary have that might help?
Crime Syndicate and Personal PA. Oh, one left on the pistol.
I don't know if you can come up with a reason why the PA would help.
I was just thinking whether I can use the pistol one as well, but okay. How could the PA help?
I don't honestly know. So basically, Robert is falling into there. He is now prone again. He has fallen on top of the coffin as it is starting to burn. What is Mary going to do?
She's going to grab him and pull him, I guess.
Okay, strength might test.
Strength might, yeah. Strength's actually not bad.
She makes it easy.
And got some points as well. So we're going for the stairs here. I guess that will put us upstairs. Yeah, okay, yep. And that's where he'll go as well. Yeah.
And that is Dr. East's house.
Now burning.
The bottom of it, you can actually see smoke coming from the bottom. So I'm going to assume you guys are limping out.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get out of here.
Yep. You guys get out as you can see fire starting to erupt from the sitting room. A few minutes later, the house is fully engulfed in flames and the fire department come to investigate and they find the two of you lying about 50 yards away. I'm going to say you guys made it to this house here. The people of this house have come out, have covered you in blankets and, well, yeah, covered you in blankets. They're looking at a very pale, very injured Robert. They recognise him as the members of the police, so with your personal reputation, you don't have to spend stun points on that. They are willing to help you, keep you alive until the fire department and the ambulance come to pick you up. You have worked out the mystery of what has happened to the Doctor. However, you were not able to save him, and you have no idea what he was doing.
What he was actually doing.
Yes.
No.
But at least you worked out where he was.
Yes. A success in that respect, I guess.
You didn't die.
Exactly. Close. Should have probably.
Probably should have. So, yeah, that was a basic investigation in mild combat. Like we've always stated, combat is
mild
lethal.
Combat.
If you had hit.
Oh, yeah, no, more than once. I hit right at the beginning. I was like, one hit. I was like, oh, this is okay. And then that was it.
Yeah, it's always the way, though. You do absolutely amazing for one thing and then fail for the next.
And then I did a nice 665 in the check the investigation. Like, oh, yeah, cool. Brilliant.
Yeah. But yeah, how do you think that runs as sort of more of an investigative type engine?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. It's trying to work out what to get out of it actually half the time. That's half the issue.
Yeah.
You give me information, I'm like, okay, so how can I use it? And being on my own, I don't have someone to bounce ideas off as well.
I think that is a big one. Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to internalize, okay, so how would I talk to myself to get this information out? Yeah.
But yeah, cool. So I've turned off that. We're still streaming. I've just turned off the actual engine.
I saw that, yep.
Yep.
I've gone back to 2 screens because I'm efficient.
Yep, I have a nice little background for this, being Cthulhu. Sorry, I'm looking at my other screen. That's why the camera looks a little...
You didn't share it, is that what you're saying?
No. If you have a look on my stream, you can see a nice purpley Cthulhu-ish background.
Oh, yeah. So I'm saying you didn't share it with me, though. You give me my Rando one.
Yes, sorry. I will share it for you for next week. Sorry. I only made it like 5:20.
Yeah. You're sat there waiting for me. You're like, I can do this.
Yes.
I've got an idea.
Pretty much. Cool. So the basic premise, he had the reanimation spell. He was trying to use it, or the reanimation writ. And he was trying to do the written version of it using both his biology and his chemistry, and it backfired and basically created the creatures that turned on him.
Yeah,
they weren't eating him because he wasn't technically dead. They only eat the dead, and they only attacked you because you attacked them. If you hadn't actually attacked them, they would have gone straight for him because he was bleeding. So...
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's as you shot them, that's when they chose to attack you because you instigated against them. If you hadn't have shot them, they honestly would have just gone after him.
So funny, because right at the beginning of that, I hesitated, thinking, is there something else I could do? And I couldn't work out what else I could do. That was a problem. So I was like, okay, I think I need to not die here. So,
I mean, running's always an option in this game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, that was my first instant was run. So can I run?
I did say yeah.
Yeah. You didn't say it in a very confident manner, though. You said it in a very GM way.
Ah.
Yeah, but the consequences are...
Yeah, but the consequences were if you ran, they would have chased Dr. East.
Dr. East, yeah.
Because he was the one who made them and whatever. So they would have basically done that. You would have had to have found some way of barring them downstairs. So they would have followed you out.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Or you could have left him down there to...
Left him down, shut the doors, and then gone and got the police and gone,
yes.
Yeah, which might have been a better idea.
That's always an option. Abandon the person and leave them behind. Yeah.
That's it. Leave them to die.
Although I don't think that's sort of Robert's personality.
Oh, true, because he's a protector guy, which is why he went straight to see Dr. East. So, yeah, exactly. Yeah, true.
But I did like the way the characters came out. They actually came out as fully fledged characters who felt like they were designed for that game.
Yep. So it's really funny.
Yeah. I swear, chat, it wasn't for, everything is randomized.
It is fully randomized, yeah. Even the names.
Yes. Oh, yes. Humble Bundle have a deal on at the moment. It's the Book of Randoms, which is basically a whole heap of random tables out of different books. So I'm thinking of slowly incorporating them into here, basically making a whole heap of random tables based off them so we can just randomize names. If you search for something, they've got searching a modern bedroom and 100 different items you could find while looking, and then search in a modern bedroom in a Cthulhu or an Eldritch horror, and then 100 items for that.
I open the drawer, what do I find?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that is the next goal. I've got a little bit of work here to finish, maybe a bit of spelling mistakes, but yep. And then I'm going to get stuck in and start instigating more randomness into this.
Okay.
Yes. So next weekend, I don't believe we have a game because, or a live stream, because it is my youngest's birthday, then my birthday, then Father's Day, one after the other.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, we've got a big party planned on Sunday.
Nice.
Yes. Family coming over, friends coming over.
Kids' parties are a bit crazy as well.
Well, we're taking Zach to, I think we're taking him to Inflatable World on Saturday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Took him to Trampoline World last year for his birthday, and he loved it.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. They're quite dangerous, those things, though.
No, so much padding.
The one in Hawke's Bay was a bit dangerous. I think one of the trampolines moved or something. There's like floor underneath it. So
wow.
The kids got hurt. Yeah.
All of these trampolines, they are surrounded by padding, and underneath is about 2 meters of foam hunks.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So he can't hurt himself.
No, not at all. Nice. Well, technically he could, because attached to it was an ice rink, and he really wanted to go ice skating, and he kept falling on his butt.
Right, yeah. Excellent. Well, we've just hit 3 hours.
We have, unfortunately. It did take a bit longer, but in saying that, we spent an hour going over the new spells.
Yes, yeah. So, I think it's a good time to finish, that's what I was thinking, because it's 3 hours on the nose, pretty much.
Yep. Oh, well, thank you very much, chat. Remember commenting on my YouTube channel or commenting on Lee's Twitch. And what was the other one?
Kick, actually, the Xbox Cast Kick.
Yep, so go to the Xbox Cast Kick channel, put a chat on there. I don't know if Kick will let you do it.
It does, yeah.
And we will
sticks around as well.
Yeah, we will basically roll for a winner for next week. And I will contact Mr. Kyle and let him know that he has won some Dragon Age stuff.
Yes, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Should get into play. Can we do a Dragon Age Fantasy Age one? Would that be a lot of work for you to get all that stuff in there?
Honestly, yes, it will. They changed it a little bit. So there were only 8 skills, not 9 skills. They took out willpower. They changed accuracy, and instead of intelligence, it was cunning.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So it would take a bit. Plus, I would have to basically start from scratch with all the spells, because they are completely different. All the races, the backgrounds, everything.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, sorry. It's taken me 42 hours to get this to this point. It would basically take me the same length of time to do Dragon Age.
Yeah, right. Okay. Let's not do that.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's only an idea.
Sweet.
All right, cool. Good stuff, right?
Cool. Well, thank you for that, Lee. And yeah, where can they find you online?
Lee Howard on Twitter, Lee Howard on Xbox, because I play Xbox and do a podcast.
Yep.
Called the Xbox Cast. Well, the xboxcast.co.nz, the Xbox Cast on YouTube, wherever we're on Xbox. And Lee Howard 25 on Twitch, which is random gaming, and now has random streams on as well. So,
Sweet.
Yep.
Cool. And you can find me at hippohq.co.nz or hippohq on the YouTubes and Facebook and Twitter. So thank you very much, and farewell.